Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where always it's shit's real. We talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scofield, New England representing. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Jesus Shuttleworth, the guy, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB, lot of the boss. You know what it is. RingGameRadio.com in the building. Yes, sir. Monday night edition, recap, preview, boxing. Let's get it, nigga.
Yes,
Sample
sir.
Kings rapper coming soon.
Yes, sir. Ring gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Box in the building. Ring Game Radio all day, Monday night edition. Let's go.
Yes, sir. King P, man. Is anyone banned from the bodega before we go on?
Yeah, that motherfucker Shiraz need to be, all them fish and chip motherfuckers need to be banned for a minute. Shit, no more fish and chips in the bodega, man. Fuck out of here.
I got some bars for Shiraz.
Yeah, we'll get to it, but yeah, fuck you.
Damn, mate. You're hating, mate.
Fuck them fish and chips motherfuckers.
I mean, bro's fight was straight bullocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're gonna get into that, straight up. But I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's fly? It's Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff. Let's fly. Radio. Let's go. Special edition.
The additional, the tag team ad lib, I could dig that. You know what I'm saying? Conscious Pilot stays elevated, and you dig. And last but certainly not least, we got a guest tonight, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good? This is Matt from Brunch Boxing. Some people call me Matt Allen Sheik. I prefer hashtag Mr. One Take, but we're going to get it in tonight. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Matt from Brunch Boxing, man. Welcome, man. We appreciate you making time. I know you're a busy man too, though. But yeah, obviously, we're fans of your platform as well. We had Ezra on here the other time, the last two times and that's whatnot. So yeah, man. So we're glad to have you on there, man, on here. Definitely.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt, though. But yeah, we got a couple things, to go through tonight, particularly the recap of the Saudi card and of course the Tank card. And if I'm not mistaken, Brunch Boxing will be in the house for that. But yeah, man, the Saudi card, Turkey, put on a interesting card in the desert, which is a very controversial topic in Twitter and elsewhere. Headline by Beterbiev, Bivol 2. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, like, how did everyone actually watch this? Because I know it started at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, man. So how did everyone watch this? And I know, Pilot, you watched this. I mean, depending if you missed the fight or not, because you're on the West
Fire Stick boys were outside, but I did miss the first fight. I heard it was a great fight. But
you missed the
best fight.
I suppose that's what I heard. I heard I missed the best fight.
I streamed the shit, but I caught everything. So
no, me too. I woke up in time and I was like, I woke up a little early. I was like, let me get a little power nap, and then woke up at
Damn, bro.
I woke up during King Zhang Kabayel.
I mean, that's cool, but yeah, you missed the fight. You missed the actual fight of the year candidate, though. That's it.
I'm gonna watch it. Shout out to Turkey because I'm gonna watch it after this because it's on. He put on YouTube, right? So I'm definitely gonna catch it. But.
Yeah, the stream's out there, man. Matt, how about you, bro? How'd you watch this? What'd you do?
I watched it through one bloodshot eye. I was up all night the night before, and getting up too early on a Saturday when that's supposed to be my free day. After doing the show, I'm like, I need to get to sleep. So yeah, I was watching it through one eye.
Damn, what time zone are you in?
New York, East Coast. New York.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I make sure because you were sounding like Pilot because I know Pilot's West Coast. He was that's the butt crack of dawn over there for this to start. You know what I'm saying? Shuttleworth, what about you?
Man, I have my means. I have my ways. I mean, like, I don't try to promote that.
Yeah, of course not.
But I'll say like this: the word on the street, the casual take is whenever a fight is on the zone, there's just a certain way that you just watch it. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
I mean, shout outs to gang out there though. Like shout outs, like y'all hold niggas down. Y'all do what it do. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see from the fucking beginning though. There's a lot of fucking boxing, and I don't appreciate how that shit started out late either. Like that shit was supposed to, like I was supposed to see like main like the first main event was supposed to be at like 11:30, 11:45 type shit. That shit started a whole hour later. Like, nah, like you.
But
I feel like they set that up so we could watch the goddamn fight first.
But I will say the pacing was good after. I don't know. Maybe when I caught it from Zane Caballero, it seemed like fight after fight was after. At least after that, it seemed like
Pacing was too fucking good, dude. It barely had me. I barely got a chance to fucking like go and heat up food type shit. Like run to the fridge. Like they still gotta control the pacing better. Like it can't be too slow or too fucking fast. Like fucking light the blunt and fucking they changing fights and shit. Damn, like you just look up.
Yeah, but there was no concerts and no extended Turkey speech. You know, there was
it was better though. I give it that. Like they improved.
You know, but yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I actually watched it. You know, with about 6 or 7 other people. You know, and of course, one of the hosts. You know, he wore a whole thobe and that shit. So you know, he got into the whole character with the Middle Eastern shit and the food.
Y'all niggas winning fucking cosplay the goddamn fighting shit. Like.
I mean, like I said though, I mean, the shit was live, like you know, if you know, even during the slow parts, we had jokes, so it was cool. So it's like, you know, but yeah, it was a lot.
Probably was liver at y'all crib than the damn Saudi.
Yeah, no,
it was a high school fucking gym it was in. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
But y'all sold the fight over there though.
But it was cool though. But yeah, like I said though, at least this shit that's definitely started off with, you know, a fight that I don't think a lot of us even cared about with Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith. Like, you know, I got a grudge against Callum Smith for what he did against the Canelo fight. You know, you can't be just getting punched in the arm, you're not doing nothing back in return. And you know, Buatsi has kind of been spoiling on the vine. Apparently, someone must have went into their dressing rooms and been like, "Look, man, you got to put in like 110%. You know, Turkey will pay you more though, because those two got in the ring, and you know they were swinging like, you know, they went to war, like ebb and flows, hurt multiple times. I know,
work rate, back and forth, all of that.
Yeah, you know, like they both got busted up. Buatsi was damn near about ready to fall in the final round. You know, with a couple more well placed punches. Like, you know, that always summarizes what I said about 175. Like, some of those cats only fight like once, and usually when they fight once, it's always these hard fights, and then they're on the shelf for a little bit because, you know, they got put through the ringer. Like 175 really truly represented on this card, and they set this shit off. I was thoroughly impressed. Like that shit properly motivated me to start drinking after watching that fight.
So the column win, I mean, because I missed it again, as I mentioned. So the column like have like a second life performance. Like, damn, okay, Callum Smith, welcome back to the game.
This is the best he's looked since goddamn maybe the George Groves fight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. This fight told me more about Buatsi than Callum Smith. Not taking anything away from Callum Smith, but it shows that Buatsi is not the guy that people thought he was a couple of years ago. He's really not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely regressed, especially from, you know, when he used to fight on those Eddie Mandingo cards, like, you know, but dude, actually, like I said, he hurt Callum Smith multiple times in that fight. Like, it wasn't like, yeah, I mean, sure, he couldn't, his defense was terrible, and he didn't even know how to roll with a punch, but he had Callum Smith like in trouble like multiple times in that fight. Like that power is for real. He just got hit too much. Like, actually, they both did.
Yeah, but you could tell Callum, like, he edged the fight out. Like,
he did.
I feel like he won and controlled more rounds.
Yeah. Matt, what did you think about this fight?
You know, that fight was a banger. I really enjoyed the fight. Going into the fight, I didn't really care about it because of the level in the hierarchy that I think both of these guys are at. But I was pleasantly surprised with what I got, and I'm looking forward to see, first of all, how Joshua Buatsi bounces back, and I'm looking forward to see how Callum Smith basically finagles this into one last big payday for him.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, right, I mean that was some sort of eliminator or interim belt or something like that. So Callum Smith is due some sort of title shot. But yeah, no, Boazzi though. I just hope
it was the WBO interim lightweight heavyweight championship.
Okay, yeah. WBO. So I mean, obviously, all the belts are in the hands of one man, which we'll talk about in a little bit, though. But yeah, though Callum Smith, though, like he almost redeemed himself because, like I said, because that was a fight that he put himself through the ring and he bled, and he
almost redeemed himself. What the fuck else he got to do? He redeemed himself, nigga.
I'm sorry though, but he almost got TKO'd by being punched in the arm, bro. Like I need one more fight, bro. I need just one more fight of that performance, bro.
Well, you ain't gonna get that till like maybe next year, nigga, because this fight was too hard.
I'm sorry, but because I'm 6'3.5", bro. So when I see a 6'3.5" dude get punched in the arm by a 5'7" and not do anything about it, that makes me mad. So like that was a partial redeeming moment for me.
I fucking Larry Merchant ass. What he said after what Devin Alexander beat Matisse. He said, you said I had some splaining to do, right? Like, so what I did, so he's like, yeah, you did some splaining. This nigga Larry.
God bless Larry Merchant.
Oh, God bless him, man. That tough love, man. It's like I don't know, you kind of need that back right now in the sport, though. But that's another story.
But facts, but yeah, though, if there was a way to set off a pay-per-view, that fight was it. So yeah, definitely kudos to both men on that one, man. Like I was like, geez. After I had to crack over the beer, and then the next fight, of course, was the heavy.
So what you drink during the fight, nigga? Shit.
Man, there was plenty of liquor, bro. I mixed drinks. I had plenty of beers, bro.
No, I'm talking about that fight because you said like that fight made you crack open a beer like afterwards, like.
Yeah.
So like you were drinking that before, like during that fight?
Well, no, because I woke up high and I was kind of still feeling it, so I wanted to chill a little bit.
But, Tom, would you drink a beer before noon, or was it still in the morning?
Yeah, what the fuck, bro? Like that's what it's there for.
I don't know. I thought whenever the fight ended, that's when I started cracking. I don't remember the time.
If the fight is at 5 a.m. and there's a beer there, nigga,
like, it's always happy hour somewhere. And then the next fight was shit. Then the next fight, shit, perfect fight to be drinking for. Shit.
Yeah, no, Zhang, Jilly Zhang and Ajit Caballero, man. Caballero again, the boogeyman killer. Except this time he's stopping a boogeyman. Like, he's given boogeyman the first KO losses. And like, first it was Makhmudov, and then it was Frank Sanchez, and now it was Zhang, man, and. Yeah, I don't know what's gone into that dude lately. Like, dude, basically he was in obscurity in Germany for how many fucking years after the Gisura fight, and now he's coming. He's knocking these dudes off one by one. Pause, just for good measure, because this is after 10.
And he's like beating up all these giants, though.
I feel like this one's super because supposedly Frank Sanchez had the leg injury and Makhmudov was never really good. So, I know people say Zhang was old, but still, it was still impressive.
Yeah, but
this was an impressive. I can't say take anything away from Caballero with this one. This was a very impressive win, and I thought Zhang was going to win. And I'm going to tell you, the first round when I seen the way that Caballero was reacting to Zhang's shots, I was like, I don't think this is going to end. This is going to last much longer. This might end quickly. And shit, second round, I was completely wrong.
Dude operated in Zhang's wheelhouse. Like he took some of them shots. I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know, is this even smart for him to taking these shots? But he was doing that and selling out to go to the body and throwing combinations, things that today's heavyweights do not do. Both things. Like heavyweights do not go to the body these days. I mean, you might see a one-off like Tyson Fury did to Wilder, but they don't throw combinations with intent.
Well, you'll see him go to the body more than you'll see him throw combinations.
That's also true. And Caballero was doing both, and Zhang did not like any of that shit. Like he was uncomfortable. You can see him grimacing because he has a big ass troglodyte head, so you're not gonna hurt him upstairs like that. So it's like you could try, but he can absorb shots. I mean, dude was absorbing Wilder shots. So yeah, going to the body, and dude was just uncomfortable. Like he tried to move, he tried to find some space, but then body shots started zapping him because his conditioning ain't where it needs to be. And the funny things too is like he nearly rescued himself too because he dropped was it like a 2-piece that he dropped Caballero with.
That was like a desperation, last-ditch effort.
That was literally his last hurrah. He dropped him. I was like, oh shit, I don't know. The tide might turn right now. And then afterwards, you could see Zhang did nothing to follow up. He couldn't. He couldn't. Yeah, he had nothing left. That was his
because
last.
It was a perfect counter shot type of shit. Like,
yeah, because
it was the opportunity was too perfect for him not to land that.
And Caballero,
nothing else happened for this nigga.
I feel like Caballero was hurt for the rest of that round too. He was like he had to get his wits right after that. After he got dropped.
I think he kind of. I mean, he still went banging, but I think his defense kind of like, okay, look, I have to, have to keep that shit steady because I can't be getting hit with boulders like that again.
Yeah, and I think he was over anxious, like because you saw how bad he missed for him to, even get hit with that shit.
Yeah, he did, man. Now that shit was like brutal too. I was like, I put money on Zay too. I'm like, okay, there we go. There's the.
Oh yeah, I forgot all y'all niggas was on this fucking Zhang train.
Oh no, Shutter called it. I mean, you broke.
I called this fucking fight exactly the way it happened.
You called to the T. Yeah.
The fight even had the little portion where King P was right.
I mean, like I said, if he dropped it, but that was like an oh shit moment. And like, Matt, what did you think?
Because that's what he did say could happen. Like that's the part we was arguing.
But I mean, he called it, about Caballero just being in his chest and not giving him. I mean, except for the first round or whatever, he kind of operated, and close.
I mean, he had to get going, had to get there. Like,
yeah. Matt, what did you think about this one? Oh, might have technical difficulties. but yeah, no, it was definitely like that was a hell of a slugfest. And then when I see Zhang take that knee, like bro, just like I think he was on all fours, pause, and then after that he was just like, oh shit, like he didn't want no more of that shit because it was a trip to see him on the canvas like that because he's like his big ass is crawling on the canvas and grimacing in pain, and then his corner damn near had to be like, like 3 or 4 of them had to kind of like gingerly move him to his corner and sit him down type of deal.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like I said, gently move him to his corner. Like they was moving a big like tree sloth or something out the way, like a big whale or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, he was moving like he was moving all sensitive. So I was like, geez, like, I was like, damn, like them ribs got tenderized. So did the belly or whatever. And
he's probably never been hit like so many times repeatedly, just anywhere, really, because he was getting hit head and body. Like,
yeah,
Caballero work rate's impressive. Like, I feel like he's the heavyweight, like, who, like, if Usyk wants to stay undefeated, like, he don't need to fight Caballero. Like, Caballero just seems like he don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, how Usyk beats all these giant motherfuckers. Caballero kind of does it more impressively.
Although I would like to see him against someone, I mean, like a mover, like someone who has actual footwork and stuff like Usyk, just to see what he can actually do.
Parker Caballero would be the perfect fight to make, right? I mean, really, it would be at this point. It'd be like the perfect
fight.
But
goddamn, it's like they both. That's the thing about undisputed fight, like.
But they both deserve a title shot. So I mean,
yeah, like.
Yeah, it's basically because I know now because he has the WBO interim belt, so. The WBO has been wanting a fight with that and Usyk just to kind of consolidate that shit. So we're gonna see if depending if the WBO forces the issue, because I mean obviously of course if Usyk doesn't fight, if it turns out WBO orders that Usyk doesn't fight him, then bam, Caballero's heavyweight champion, and he would earn it. Like I wouldn't say nothing. Like yeah, dude, the dude's been beating up people like he's been beating up shit. Let him rock as champion. I wouldn't care, But yeah, Caballero though, that dude is a problem. Like his career arc is just too crazy to me though. But yeah, that was just a hell of a fight, bro. Like
power, work rate.
Yeah,
like he has recovery skills. Like that's why it was great. Pilot posted the video last week. So like that fight, that told me right there. I was like, yeah, he he weathered this storm, like came back, started beating the dude ass in the same round type shit. Like yeah, man, like Caballero is a fucking problem. Like
yeah, I mean honestly, because usually German heavyweights are usually flawed for a lot of different reasons. Like like fucking Manuel Char and them, like they're terrible fighters, but this dude is bucking the trend. Like Germany is like so. Germany may actually get a heavyweight champion soon. So
yeah, because he's a matchup that's kind of like the commentary. Oh, the commentary was trash. Like, but that's another thing. But they was kind of making him seem like he was a small dude, but they're like, he's like 6'3", he's a smaller man. I'm like, God damn, dude, what world we living in when 6'3" is just a small motherfucker? Like,
well, see, no, remember I used to call Big Baby Anderson a small, and you're like, no, but compared to Bacoli, he was small.
Yeah, but I feel like when you're 6'3" in a land full of giants, we're talking about niggas who 6'6", 6'8", 6'9". 6'3" is like enough height where you have like leverage. Like you have enough. Like you're not too small, you're not too big where you're clumsy, but you're just there. Where remember you had Chris Bird having to fight niggas at 6'8" and shit, and he just fucking 6 feet. Remember Tyson with 5'11" fighting motherfuckers 6'4" and shit.
Yeah, and now jabbing him too. But that's we've talked about Tyson's skill set and him.
Yeah. So this guy, he's like the perfect kind of because these guys they ain't in the shape they need to be in. So he kind of beats him in that department where he can keep up a good pace.
Right.
And he just overwhelms nigga. And he has enough power. He works the body combination. Like you'd have to spar light heavyweights and cruiserweights to get ready for dude.
Facts. So yeah, Caballero, like I said, man, I look forward to his fights because, like I said, dude is a threat to Usyk, to a Dubois. He's a threat to
everybody.
Anybody. He's arguably a top 5 heavyweight at minimum right now.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's about time. Like he's up there.
He deserves, I can say top 5. Yeah, he might.
Yeah, that's why I said
he's a fucking problem though.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I look forward to to his next fight, whatever that might be.
Oh, hold on, but let me say this. Speaking of next fight, like right now, like if you've been watching the card from the get-go, you've been chilling, vibing. The card is on fire right now because
yes, sir.
Buatsi Smith had me ready to go. Then the KO for this was crazy, like cause I knew this was gonna happen. So I'm just like lit now. So yeah, next fight.
Yeah, next fight though was the one I thought would actually be the fight of the year candidate, and most people thought too. So I'm not alone in this. With Israel Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz, or Victor Ortiz, as motherfuckers kept on calling him, like
B-Hop. Your own promoter, because B-Hop is kind of the promoter. B-Hop saying that shit twice.
B-Hop said that shit. Like everyone, it's like, yo, Virgil. Yeah, Victor Ortiz is the struggle that is the struggle fighter that's fighting on some obscure card that I don't think even the Zone is even airing. So it's like, come on.
Hold on, he's actually still fighting.
I think it's Floyd's last night. That's Floyd's last knockout, really. I mean, Connor.
At this point, they gonna feel like damn Ortiz just jumped into the damn left hook. like that African video I sent you on IG, nigga.
Yep. I saw that shit.
Jump into the slap.
Oh man, Matt, are you back yet? Yo, what did you think about Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz?
No, he definitely got to be here for like to talk about Tank though.
Oh yeah,
I got to hear y'all niggas go at it.
Yeah, but having technical difficulties, but all good. He wasn't very impressed with Madrimov, so I know that.
Yeah, I don't think
nobody should be, man. Like, let's go. Like, Madrimov is over fucking rated, man.
I don't think he's overrated, but I thought in this fight, like the footwork gave him problems, but what he didn't do, like it just seemed, I don't know what it is. He seemed to have problems turning his defense into offense, and I don't know why that was a problem with this, this guy. Like, he did a thing with Crawford. Like he hit Crawford enough to actually, to give him trademarks, and he hit Ortiz hard enough to know that Ortiz's eyes were raccoons, like raccoon eyes.
I think because Madrimov just punches good. Like
I mean, the first three.
If he punched more, like he'd be battering niggas.
His punch selection's ass. Madrimov's punch selection is, I don't know what it is. The way he decides to throw punches or what he throws at whenever he wants to throw it. It's kind of, I don't know if it's a low IQ for a fighter like that, but like I don't know what the hell is.
He throws unorthodox, he throws a lot of overhands, and he throws that corkscrew punch that Triple G uses a lot. Like Triple G used that. Triple G used that punch for a reason.
A nice overhand, but it's like, bro, you're not doing enough.
He lacks confidence in something, bro. He don't believe in himself.
It's probably the amateur, being in the Amis too long. I mean, shouts out to Virgil. I'm a Bud stan, so I ain't gonna be mad about nothing about this card. But Virgil did a great job. Virgil deserved the victory, but clearly.
Yeah, I'll say this though. I'll give Virgil. Because he didn't get discouraged from all that moving around and shit that Madrimov was doing. Like he was like, okay, look, I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna go to the body. I'm gonna just grind out, just grind it out and then let it take hold.
Because that's kind of what Virgil does. Like Virgil is like I would say he's one of those guys. His game plan, his adjustments are fight harder. And in this case,
exactly.
It made a lot of sense because it was just okay. All right, you know what?
Virgil actually had come on, bro.
I mean, the first three. I mean,
you make this nigga sound like he's Devin Alexander.
No, but he has a lot of fight harder to him. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, let me just when things aren't okay, I'm gonna just up the pressure, just up the work rate, pressure him more, and it worked for this one because
I'm saying the first 4 rounds. I mean, it was probably 3-1 Madrimov, no, something like that.
Yeah, no, it was. The Madrimov was, like I said. The punches that Madrimov did land, like it affected Ortiz. Like Ortiz's eyes.
The first 3 rounds, I feel like Ortiz was in the first 3 rounds. Ortiz wasn't hitting shit. It was looking kind of like the movement.
He was hot shot. He was winning doing the bare minimum with that style. But this is the thing with Madrimov. Like he seems like he's versatile and he could do a bunch of shit, but he's just a jack of all trades, athletic, talented guy. Like he can't really focus on one particular strategy or style to make it work long enough for him to win fights on the top fucking level.
And the worst thing with his style, and I've always mentioned this, even in the wins, is like once because he can't keep it up for 12 rounds. Eventually, in the latter half of the fights, he starts to fade. And,
thank you.
Yeah, and I said all the time, and that's his biggest flaw.
And he burns a lot of that's nervous energy. If you want to be honest, like he burned it up in Crawford in a different way. Mm-hmm. Like with Crawford, he burned it up just waiting, and he fucking just that fries him, and he feints and waits, pulls back, goes forward, all that edging and inching and backing and forth bullshit. He's burning up mentally. With Ortiz, he's burning himself mentally and physically because he's moving. He's like, I know I'm faster than this guy. I probably hit harder. I'm naturally bigger.
Right.
And he just like, nigga, just decide on something.
Yeah. Wow. And basically it just turned into like a whole type of a chess match, depending, some people liked it, some people didn't. Like, I mean, I was neutral to it because I just wanted to see like what would actually take hold. And what took hold was Virgil's body shots. The body shots wore Madrimov down. And then you can see Madrimov start to labor. And because and Ortiz just by that time, like Pete said, he fights harder. Like
yeah, those body clips.
And they got
the avalanche is real. Like it's just a snowball just collecting momentum and inertia.
But those body shots were definitely adding up. Like Pat said, those body shots were just accumulating over time. It felt like,
especially against a nervous nigga that keep fucking moving.
Yeah. And then Madrimov though was forced to, and I will say this: Madrimov did like, okay, look, he stopped all the moving. He really tried to throw hands like in the last like 3 rounds. Like he really, but unfortunately they weren't straight punches. They were just overhands, like weird corkscrew overhands, and that Triple G corkscrew punch. Like it was like no straight punches. He wasn't.
Dude, this felt like I was watching a video game where a nigga finally can't run no more because he got like the stamina depleted.
Yeah,
and he got like his shit is like orange, and he don't know like the moves of the character, so he just started just doing a couple of flashy moves like fuck it, like fireballs, fucking this, that, like nigga just doing random corkscrew punches, random uppercuts, like random overhands. Like there's no fucking rhyme or reason to Madrimov. Like
other than fighters, he thinks that most fighters won't expect it, which is true in a way. But when you're doing that out of desperation, I think Ortiz was already locked in. Ortiz already knew what he was expecting. So like you could probably you could have done that shit earlier earlier when you're in the fight, but not that time where Ortiz was like you could tell Ortiz was already locked in. Like he knew what he had to do.
See, he was supposed to like a guy like see, you see, Madrimov need to like really like watch some Freitas and Keith Thurman
and some Triple G
and some Triple G and some fucking Triple G.
No, but I see a Thurman because Thurman was a better mover with purpose, right? But I could see him. Yeah, some Thurman would help him. I feel like Thurman.
Yeah, like all of those, because this is the thing. Like at the end of the day, if Thurman can't really move, he still has the pedigree where he could walk you down and box. Seen that in the Pacquiao fight, he made the adjustment. Like Madrimov, like you could tell, like Madrimov punches hard enough where he gives you respect. He can mark you up. He could really force certain things to happen if he punch consistently, but he doesn't.
Mm.
So it's like niggas pick up on that he doesn't know what he wants to really do.
He doesn't have an identity. You talking about he doesn't have an identity in the ring?
He doesn't really have an identity. Like he's the perfect person where I mean, like when I know when me and Ezra was going back and forth with the goddamn ring generalship and how you can't like and how you have to like if you score seriously, like you have to use it to score.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't score ring, like Madrimov fights like a guy who doesn't believe in ring generalship.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Like he literally fights like a guy who just like only punching is the only thing that counts. Cause he's literally not effective if he doesn't punch.
What's that lion nigga in Tekken? The nigga in Tekken that be dancing too much?
Oh, you said the Capoeira?
Yeah.
You talking Eddie Gordo?
Eddie Gordo, yeah.
Nah, Eddie Gordo raw, but Eddie Gordo would have fucking kicked Ortiz and Crawford 20 times, but the amount of times Madrimov would have fainted. Like all this nigga either gonna faint or fucking run. But hold on, let me hit the comments real quick. I see
Word.
I don't want to be disrespectful here. Hey, what up, Rob? What it do? Salute, Rain Gang, man. You know what it is. And special guest Matt from Brunch Boxing. You know what it is. Madrimov has some mental blocks for sure. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, salute Android. Like he got all the tools, bro. Like I said it in the tweet, man. Like Madrimov has like A-level skills, A-level talent. He has all the attributes.
I don't know if he has A-level talent. I think
he does have
he has A-level talent, bro. Like the shit he pulls, the shit he does, like you see it early in his career. He definitely has A-level talent. But the way he executed on a C+ level, so it's so streaky and up and down. Like the nigga's like he's like Ricky Davis for basketball, or like a nigga where you see like, yo, this motherfucker, if he's on his game, he supposed to give you like 20, 24 and 10 every night type shit.
Right.
Martavius Bryant, one of those wide receivers that were a beast.
No, keep it basketball, nigga. You losing me.
But yeah, no,
keep it basketball.
I'll say that. I just think that
J.R. Smith.
He's a guy that he has some talent, but it's just like you'll see it sometimes. But like he's an in spurts type of guy. Like you'll get 3 rounds out of him where it's like, okay, this guy has the tools, but he just can't put it consistently. He can't create consistent offense enough. So he's always going to lose to these top level guys because of that. That's always going to be his downfall and his
because he doesn't even know how to fight like a guy who knows he can only fight in spurts. Like say what you want about Berto, but he kind of understood his limitations somewhat. It's just when he fought too long to the point where he couldn't even fight in spurts, then that's when it's like it's over. But Berto literally would just beat you with athletic spurts until you just couldn't take the combinations no more, or he sparked you out.
It wasn't a combination. It was just because he was explosive. Like he had explosive power, but yeah, I don't think he was really a I mean, he throw
No,
like
he wasn't like a combination. Like when I say combination, like he would explode maybe with a 1-2, back you up. It is like the whole. It's almost like a combination of speed, power. Like it's like he blitzes you.
Yeah,
but they're like a stream of blitzes. Like it may not be like a combination where he's hitting you like a Zab Judah combination, but it's a blitz of speed where it's a quick fast one, it's another quick fast two, or it's another quick fast one. Like
yeah,
and that could be a lot to deal with every 30 seconds, every 45 seconds if you don't have the composure.
Do y'all see that excuse he said he was sick? I can't even. Come on, man.
Yeah. I'm tired of Madrimov, yo. Like I'm glad Virgil Ortiz Senior like kind of just spilled the real shit and was like, okay, what about Virgil? What about Virgil? You know, and he's going through this. He's going to like, dude, like stop being a sore loser, nigga. Like you like we've seen niggas going through more shit, fight harder than you did, bro. Like you was a 4-round fighter, nigga. This was like Laura Canelo, but with better pressure fighting. Like literally, like Ortiz is a stalking demon, cut off the ring perfectly with adjustments. Yep. And when he faint, he had a reason to faint. It wasn't no just fucking losing his mind, sugar
No,
face.
that was real impressive. That was real impressive performance by Ortiz. Like that was a great win. I feel like.
Yo, do the poll topic real quick before we move on, so we could just get that out the way if you don't mind, cuz.
Yeah, and Chris Brand, does he beat Conwell, Zayas, or Backroom or Bohacek? I mean, like I said, he is 50-50 with not.
Hold on, he beat wait, didn't he beat Bohacek?
No, he didn't. He was supposed to face him, but he was.
Oh, that's the one that canceled. That okay, my bad. My apologies.
Yeah, I mean, at best he's 50-50 with all of these guys. Zayas, maybe he might actually have the edge because Zayas is still.
He'll beat the fuck out of Zayas, yo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Zayas is not 50-50.
Conwell doesn't fight enough, so yeah. But anyway, I got the Twitter poll right here. Who looked better against Israel Madrimov? Virgil Ortiz, Bud Crawford, or both looked mid. We got 25 votes so far, and 40% said Virgil Ortiz looked better, 36% said Bud looked better, and 24% said both looked mid. I thought Virgil definitely looked better.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but I'm a Bud guy, but that's crazy. Bud made 30, maybe just by his name.
I mean, score-wise, the only difference is
niggas be standing low-key, bro.
I mean, score-wise, the only difference between both fights is one card was 116, 112. The other card for Virgil was 117, 111. The other two cards were both 115, 113.
Yeah, I mean, Bud didn't. I mean, obviously Bud's darker, but there wasn't much trademarks. There wasn't much trademarks. There wasn't much trademarks. Ortiz has trademarks on his face. So
Madrimov trademarked both of these guys. There's no question about it. But Virgil Ortiz, I think Crawford had to rally to win, or Virgil didn't have to.
Yeah, because Crawford he needed to win round 11 and 12. Like that was a true 115, 113 type of fight, chess match type of fight where, like, I feel like Crawford could have pressed him a little earlier, but I think he was a little wary of like Madrimov's explosiveness.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing, because Madrimov was able to fight his fight for all 12 rounds with Crawford. Madrimov had to,
and that really ain't his fight though.
Yeah,
like, because honestly, Madrimov should have moved and jumped around. That would have probably threw off Crawford.
Yeah,
like he kind of took like that's it goes back to damn Madrimov not really having an identity, because the time where he should have fought Ortiz like how he fought Crawford, and fought Crawford like how he fought Ortiz, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense.
Because basically he would have took like a Keith Thurman approach to Crawford and used his damn use his athleticism, the speed, the power, to kind of be explosive on Crawford. Crawford ain't fight nobody explosive in like what, Gamboa, nigga?
Yeah, Gamboa is Because Gamboa was the only person that actually had a stanky leg, like really stanky leg.
Yeah, but Gamboa has speed, which Madrimov has, and he has the angles, all of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been better for him to sell out 4 or 5 rounds like that, just hands low, all of that shit. Like, fuck that nigga. Like, just attack this motherfucker. Like, Crawford wasn't expecting that shit, but you playing his game, getting into all the goddamn feints, and you just burning up energy until Crawford realized, like, yeah, it's getting kind of close. I need to just show people I'm better than you, and fuck it. And once Crawford started attacking this nigga, Madrimov, he fell apart.
Yeah.
He loses. Ortiz fight was already won by the goddamn 9th round.
Yeah.
10th round.
So yeah, I mean, definitely kudos to him. Like, I mean, Ortiz, like I said, I mean, I'm glad now. I mean, of course, you know, it's a shame that we didn't get to see like a prime performance from him at 147 though. But 154, like now, like I'll say, like people can't hide from him anymore. Like, you know, imagine what, like, I mean, whether it's Crawford or someone or Fundora or somebody
it's Virgil's time. Hopefully, he stays healthy. I mean, I'm hoping he stays healthy because you know he's an American. He got the superstar Texas thing going. So let's stay healthy. Just hopefully, he stays healthy.
So I'm sorry, Crawford Ortiz is a mega fight in Texas. Like, let's not downplay this. Like, honestly, that's a fight. That's a legacy fight at fucking 154 at Texas, and not even just Crawford. Even if Jamel want to come back, like, hey,
Jamel, that's one.
That's a good fight. Like bring Ortiz back to Texas and have him put in work in Texas. That's a big fight. Like, that'll sell out Dallas, all that shit.
Yeah. Now with Madrimov, like I said, though, Madrimov is, like I said, most people think he's not an easy lick at 154. Like, you have to, like, both Crawford and Ortiz, even though they won, they still got put through a lot. Like, he's still, like, Madrimov, though, like, I mean, he's gonna have a harder time trying to find people to fight because there are people that are not gonna want to deal with that. And it's
dude, but fucking Bachram would knock him the fuck out.
And it's Bachram, Bahachek, like, I mean, he's still 50-50 with all these guys that Chris.
I definitely pick it. Like, Ortiz and Bachram is like 50-50, but Bachram and Madrimov, nah. Bachram will piece his nigga up from the outside. He ain't gonna wait all day. And if that nigga, he'll line him up and time him, and motherfuckers just start jumping and doing stupid shit. So, I mean, bad style for him.
I mean, I'd say Madrimov probably needs somebody. Like, I'd say Madrimov might need like a Roy Jones, like someone who can actually try to tame his athleticism a little bit and try to teach him to be, you know, might try to tweak a little bit of his style. Like Roy's been hanging around with love Euros lately, like, you know.
Yeah, if not, then get him in there with like a. Yeah, I feel like even a camp with John Pascal will help him, bro. Like, he need all the help he could get. Like, if Roy busy, call up Pascal.
No, he's in a bad spot though, right? I mean, he's really in a bad spot because you were a champion, you headlined against Crawford, you lost your belt, you know, as like 10 fights, but now you lost again. So now it's like, you know, what and now your style isn't very crowd friendly in a sense, right? So,
and that's his fault. Like,
yeah. So it's kind of yeah.
But he's lucky though. Turkey actually likes him. So I mean, he's always gonna have a spot on the Riyadh season card.
Well, I mean, you gotta win the next fight. You gotta win the opener.
Yeah, he gotta win or look better. Like, you know, see, that's the thing. What's happening now is he's not looking like he's gonna sell out against the top of the top. Like, with it seemed like Madrimov leaves stuff in the ring. Mm-hmm. Like, it always felt like he could do more. Like, it didn't feel like he did enough in the Crawford fight. Damn sure ain't doing enough in the Ortiz fight. Do we really want to keep seeing this nigga on these cards, yo? Like, put him back on a matchroom card. Let him, you know, build himself back up on the undercard, fighting somebody less threatening or some shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say. I mean, but either way, I mean, I think Madrimov at least correct because 154, like he's still in a competitive division. So,
like, he'll beat Zayas, but then I don't know because if Zayas is confident, if Zayas fucking
Zayas got a high work rate. Zayas got a real high work rate, you know.
So, and it's like, bro, like Madrimov right now is 50, kind of even with Zayas.
No, it's at least 60-40 for him. Like Zayas needs a better wins at 154 at least, or at least
if they fought next, Medramov is supposed to win, but I don't know if he opens up as a favorite. Like I can't pick like gun to my head. I don't know if I can't pick Medramov to beat Zayas right now.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, yeah,
I've seen him too much at the level. Like he's always lacking something. He don't know what moves to put in on the fucking controller. Like he throws fireballs when he should dragon punch. He trying to freeze when he should be damn doing the uppercut. Like, bro, like just give it up, nigga. Put down the controller. Like,
yeah, but
give somebody else the sticks.
Yeah, speaking of
like,
fighters,
like maybe fight Conwell, nigga.
Yeah, speaking of fighters though, who probably do need a style overhaul or something, fucking the next fight with fucking Hamza Shiraz and Carlos Adames. Oof, yeah, it was by far one of the worst fights I ever watched. I was about to say it was because it was almost
momentum.
Yeah, it was almost like Vlad and Bragimov levels of bad. I was like, geez, or Bird TOS bad levels of bad. Like, come on, like what the fuck? Now this one was the fight where I was expecting an exciting KO. Like the only thing in my mind when I put this bet was a Shiraz KO. That was the only thing. Like that was the only thing I could see.
There was literally nothing exciting about this fight, let alone an exciting KO. Nothing about this fight was exciting.
The exciting thing to me in this fight was Turkey running around trying to fix
this was a snooze fest. This was a fucking
saw that, right?
Literally put me to sleep.
But no, I know a couple of people that said that they fell asleep during this fight.
Yeah, like at the party I was at, like one of the cats I was talking to, because this is after we ate. Dude took a snooze in the chair, like he had to take that power nap, as he said. Yeah, it was such a bad fight. Like I was just lucky that I was drinking because like I should have passed.
The fight was so boring. I didn't give a damn if Adames was robbed or not. Like, bro.
I'm trying to be the beacon of hope here. I don't know if it was because Shiraz's kind of was bad, but I did enjoy the head movement of Adames. He was making a miss or whatever.
Nigga, he wasn't throwing. That's the problem. Like,
bro. Like, look, if we on this Larry Merchant shit, we got to just go all the way with it. Like, he wasn't making them pay, nigga. Like, all that missing, and I don't give a fuck. You just having a tantrum to me, nigga.
Y'all did see Turkey like. You down 2 rounds. You saw that bullshit.
Turkey. Yeah. I mean, Turkey was.
Right, dog.
And keep in mind, Turkey and Frank Warren were shitting bricks. They were sitting there watching this shit. Like, what? They're like, what the fuck is this?
Nah, that shit wasn't fair.
If Adames would have, this is another example of effort winning fights. And I know sometimes it sounds simple when we be like, damn, nigga, fight harder. But a lot of times, if you just fucking fight harder, that's the difference between fucking a draw or a loss or a win.
Yeah.
Because Adames, if he would have really got his offense going and not just trying to just and had bigger offensive moments, you could really make a case for him winning. Like, and you can make a case for him winning now, but maybe he would have fucking actually won.
I thought he won. I thought he won the fight.
He won the fight. I'm not saying I feel bad for him, but he won the fight.
No, he won. I thought he won too, but the thing is, he could have actually won.
Like the score that they announced for
he would have made the corruption look more blatant.
Yeah, like the score that was announced for him 118-110. That was a score. That was fine with that score. Like that's what he did, because Hamza didn't do nothing than doing a stupid jab every now and then. Like. And it was like, and the announcer was like, "Oh, what a stiff jab this was!" Like, come on.
But I will say that
it was trying hard.
I feel that fight
the stream that I was watching, they were fucking glazing Shiraz. Like,
Shiraz was getting glazed up by these commentators.
And then the other thing was, I was crying. Like, I don't know what stream I was watching, but the dude, when Adames was walking into the ring, he was like, Adames is highly regarded in America. What? By who? The fuck? What?
Well,
that threw me off too. I didn't hear that. That shit
like by who? What? Nobody thinks highly of Adames. Like you just.
I mean, maybe the Dominican boxing channels, nigga. I don't know.
I mean, some of the PBC boxing fans, I mean, some of the
The fuck?
PBC fans, the PBC fans were trying to show some,
No.
But
nobody fucks with Adames.
I mean, I'll say this though, because they were talking about Shiraz.
He's talented though. He is quality, but like no one really fuck with him like that.
Yeah, like I mean, I would say for Shiraz, like the people were calling him the Arabic Tommy Hearns. Nigga felt like the Arabic Andre Durrell. Come on, bro. Like,
honestly, I feel like he was insulting Andre Durrell with that.
No, sure.
No,
yeah,
I mean, because you remember that one Andre Durrell fight where dude fought exactly how Shiraz fight, bro, and he stunk it out.
The Curtis Stevens fight?
Hell yeah, nigga.
I remember I was getting braided up at that during that fight. That shit,
yeah.
Which was like almost wanted to fucking like, yo, why are we watching this? I'm like, I missed it earlier. Like,
yeah, I was pissed too. I watched that shit live. I was like, what the? I was like, what the hell? Because it's like, what is he doing? Like, come on, like, fight.
Oh, so I know it had to be worse live because I watched it like on the damn. I think I recorded it earlier and I was watching it. And that's worse, watching a bad fight that you missed.
Yep. Yeah, I was an Andre Durrell fan, but I was like, "Come on, what are you doing?" Like, and that was the vibe that Shiraz was giving me. Like,
I don't like to see no tall motherfucker run from some nigga shorter.
Shiraz had angle distance since 2018 on the KO streak since he's been at 160, 7-0, 7 KOs. But it showed levels. It showed like I know Adames. I call him Adames, and he's but it showed there's clear levels in boxing and. You weren't good enough to be in this title fight. Clearly, you weren't good.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that Patrick Teixeira is the only person that can beat Carlos Adames. I refuse to believe this. Like, this is starting to annoy me.
Remember they bailed him out with the J-Rock fight. That's why all the people damn boo-hooing for Adames. I'm just like, hey, man, like, sometimes the boxing gods have to balance the universe sometimes. Like,
yep, that's also true. But
the J-Rock fight didn't end. A part of the reason why people was really looking for Shiraz to beat the fuck out dude is because of the J-Rock fight.
Yeah, and Shiraz though, it's like if this was supposed to be like like he's a whole Riyadh season like
ambassador.
I mean, in the comment, Chris Brandon.
He was supposed to like show his ass on this fight, bro. And
that was supposed to be the highlight reel KO. That was supposed to be the highlight reel KO that you get viral, you become a UK household, a household name, but UK middleweight champion,
Yeah, he really was, but he let Caballel and
WBC belt too, right?
And Tony and Parker take that KO tonight from him.
Take that shine. But it's just like on the silver platter, you're 6'3", fucking tall ass Muslim dude, UK. You had all the green platter, WBC belt against a champion. You should be able to KO, and you just weren't good enough.
Yeah, it was just so bad. And like a judge that saw that shit 115, 113 Shiraz should never judge again. Just like the dude that found that scored Buatsi Smith 119, 110, which that didn't exist for anybody in that fight. Like there was and then the draw.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. It was like honestly, I was like Adames won so wide to me. It was like it was whatever. Yeah, it sucked that he got robbed, but it's like again, I refuse to believe that someone cannot beat Carlos Adames. I truly cannot believe that.
All his fights just look like everybody could be doing more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then
this was the run of the fucking stinker fights. Like
that was basically
I was just about to keep me like we on it because I was just about to say that. Like that fight made me really feel like you don't really need more than 5 fights on a card because out of 7, you had one real dud, which was Shiraz Adames, and Shakur Padlock or Padley.
This nigga said Padlock.
That was cool. That fight kind of woke me back up and got me into
Padley, Padlock, Patty Cake. Doesn't matter. That fucking.
I mean,
I was entertained by that fight though, low key. Like I don't want to say that was a bad fight. That was more like if you're a Shakur Stevenson fan, that might be a great fight.
It wasn't supposed to be good. Hell,
it was an average fight for me. Like
I'll say too. I think people woke up because as much as people get on Shakur Stevenson about his fighting, people do want to see him fight. So I think that's what kind of got people back into the card. Like, especially
and then Padley was trying though. Honestly, I haven't seen Shakur get hit clean in a minute, and I think Padley's speed kind of threw off Shakur. Like I think, and no one's really talking about that or really
Padley won the first round clear too. I mean,
he won 2 rounds. After 5 rounds, it was legitimately 3-2 Shakur.
Yeah, because I don't think Shakur really fought anybody as fast as Padley before. Like Padley is a quick motherfucker. Like you could tell, Shakur had to adjust to the speed and the explosiveness. But honestly, it's kind of shame. It just makes me feel like, damn, if Padley had a real camp and really trained for this fight and had a set strategy, we might have probably got a distance or a much better fight, because he wasn't afraid to attack.
That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No, honestly, it's not a good thing. How, if you're a Shakur fan, because now it makes it seem like Shakur ain't as good as he's supposed to be.
Exactly.
I'm saying it's good as a boxing fan, because we're getting to see somebody get pushed against somebody who actually is young, talented, undefeated.
Yeah,
that's the bummer part of this. We're not ever going to want to see this fight again. But we was robbed of what this fight could have been if we saw it on even terms, is what I'm basically saying. Padley had all the attributes except power.
Except power, yeah. And I can dig what you say too, because Padley he tried hard too, but because eventually, I mean, Padley in the interview said that Shakur wasn't hurting him to the head though, because there were moments where Shakur was letting 3-punch combinations, snapping that dude's head back. You don't get snapped, your head doesn't snap back like that just from light punches. We watch Paulie Malignaggi fights. It doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
But that never discouraged him though. All these other niggas, the De Los Santos, this nigga, that, whatever the fuck these niggas is, they were discouraged. They was all having the damn silent treatment, the silent contract.
Right, though. But the body shot,
Padley wasn't having that shit. He was fuck this wanker. I done fought tougher dogs jumping over gates trying to do electricity, nigga. This ain't shit, bro. And that's what we kind of wanted. So I do feel that's what I felt like Schofield was originally supposed to do and bring.
Because he had the youthful energy, the athleticism, and the power too. To at least say, okay, can he just use the attributes and find a way to make shit hot for Shakur? I mean, that's why people were pissed that he didn't fight the Cuban cat that had 16-0 and 14 knockouts, because he was he has, they wanted him to fight someone with some power.
But see, then again, it's now you have to look at temperament, because you can have all that power and all these knockouts, but if a little speedy nigga slap you a few times, are you just gonna fucking give up, or are you gonna want to get your lick back?
Right.
Padley wanted to get his lick back. These other niggas, they act like they don't want to get their lick back. I'm gonna just be honest. It's not just the speed of Shakur you got to deal with, and the foot speed. You gotta be you gotta have the mentality. You're not gonna be the defensive guy if you don't have that I want my lick back mentality. Because that means you'll get slapped up, tagged, and you'll just be whatever, and just keep methodically yo, you need to have a scrappy mentality where you're like, oh shit, fuck this nigga.
Right.
I don't care if you miss a dozen times, you gonna fucking I'd rather see a nigga like Chris Eubank swing wildly and miss for 12 rounds against George Groves than a nigga just march you down and not fucking do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And just try So that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the fight did go a little longer than I wanted it to. I mean, it ended in 9, but I get it. Shakur just needed to, get some work in. And Padley wasn't ranked. He wasn't ranked. He was ranked higher than Schofield. So, and so it was like ends justify a means though. But
the next fight showed you what you do to a fucking late replacement.
Now before we go to that one though, I have to say that my only concern with Shakur is Shakur's hand. Like they showed him his hand in the ice bucket again. Like
he grimaced. He hurt his hand. He grimaced bad. He got hurt.
Yeah, like I'd say this though, Shakur may need to really look at the gloves he uses, and he needs to find someone that can probably wrap hands a little better than whoever's been doing it.
I get better tape, gauze, something like. There's got to be something he could research and do.
I mean, Floyd's his big bro, right? Can't you talk to Floyd? Floyd had, the hand issues.
He in the UK all the time. Go whatever pub fucking Joe Calzaghe at, nigga. Shit. Because Joe Calzaghe had. Like, and I know both of these niggas got 40-something, like, bunch of fucking fights for brittle hands, yo.
Yeah. But I will say, I do want to get out real quick, pause. The electrician jokes with Padley and all that were corny. It was funny, but corny. But I will say, I do want to see him back, like whether it be against a Schofield or Andy Cruz, like either guy. I want to see Padley fight either of those guys. I would love to see him back. You know what I'm saying?
I do want to see Padley fight again. Like
Andy Cruz or Schofield, the whole Schofield situation, that'd be a good fight. Schofield versus Padley or Andy Cruz, that's formidable.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I mean, Padley did say that the money that he got paid can allow him to be a full-time boxer. He doesn't have to work the electrician's job, at least for now. So it's very likely. I mean, Turkey's gonna bring him back because Turkey like this, like the fact that he filled in on 4 days' notice. So he'll be back soon. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And imagine he did this while probably worked this fucking half his shift at work.
Yeah, and made weight too. On top of that too, because
Turkey got him a house. Turkey supposed to got him a house too.
Which is great. On top of that, I think we got. What I saw was like 500Ks or something. I'd say there's reported that he made.
Reported, but I feel like those reports are like, I don't know.
A lot of times those are like bare minimums or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he made. I'm sure he definitely made more than that, because just for the fact that it was a title shot, and then Turkey kind of overpays these guys.
But even then, like 500K is fucking money though.
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like. We're sometimes we kind of get ahead of us because remember a UFC fighter killed for that shit.
Yeah,
500K, like nigga, I would have did it for 200K and a goddamn Uber back and forth to the event. Like,
I mean, shit. Reportedly, in the course of the next fight too, like one Martin Bacoli definitely stepped in on 2 days' notice and reportedly got a big payday himself. Like, because dude was in the malls the day after buying designer clothes and shit. Seriously, he put a whole video out on his Twitter, like he was out there, like he was buying shit, bro. Like, he spent.
I mean, I'm happy for him. It just, I hate how these guys' careers get like jeopardized for that though. Like, because.
But I will say this though,
like you're kind of selling you're selling the L.
I mean, I will say this though, until the knockout though, he made Parker very uncomfortable. Like he was hurting Parker.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, that's 2 fights back to back where the late replacement showed like, goddamn, like, if these niggas would have really trained, and we would have had a good fight on our hands.
This fight just let me know that Dubois would have beaten Parker if he didn't get sick. I'm 100% sure of that. That Parker would have lost to Dubois. Probably would have got knocked out too. That's just me.
Yeah,
I truly believe that.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Bacoli and Dubois both punch hard as fuck. So, but it was just like I was like, geez, like everything.
Dubois would have had the work rate behind the power too. Like Bacoli, he's more explosive with it because he just the combination punching.
And he can knock you out with an arm punch, which is like,
like, and he throw more, like he versatile, like he throws shots under, over, like uppercuts, hooks, smashes.
He had like his work rate ain't that super high, but he could throw combinations. Like bro will let you up with a combination. He'll hurt you with an uppercut, and then he'll hit you with something like a 2-2-1 or 2-2-3 something, like bro.
Yeah.
Bro be hitting some wild ass.
Yeah, he be hitting some numbers. He hit you with 4-3-2, 4-1, 4-1. Like, oh man, like that's some shit where you go to the gym high and you just be like, yeah.
Like or 3-1-3s and shit. Like that's
like. But honestly, I tell everybody like it's good to practice those combinations, like because sometimes they'll throw people off, especially if they're reading like normal attacks. Like if you have an autopilot combo that's just obscure, like everyone needs that because that could save your life. Like you see how Cotto would throw the jab after the damn 1-2 on Floyd, and that shit was fucking Floyd up because like you're not really expecting that hard jab after rolling a 1-2.
And of course, you know, Mike Tyson was famous for the number system. You know, someone would call out these combinations, and you know, and they're always different. And you know, and Mike would throw it, and then the opponents would, you know, and his opponents would just be like, "God damn! Like, what is this dude hitting me with?" Like he like,
I got beat with a 3-5-7. Like, nah, him. You got to the 7. Nah, he beat me with 4-5-6. Nigga, like, nah, he beat me with 8-5-2. Like, what? Like, he threw 8 in there.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I said, the combinations. Like I want to see more combinations with heavyweights. Heavyweights need to throw more combinations.
I want to see it more in boxing. Period. Like I feel we don't get combinations no more like that. Like the whole sport, like everybody's just 1-2s or just pot shot.
It depends. Like you have to go to the lighter weights. Like if you watch highlights of the Japanese card this morning, they were throwing combinations. Like they was throwing.
Yeah, them niggas. Like that. I'm talking about the niggas 135 and you know I fuck with the small weights.
Yeah, of course, absolutely, my nigga.
But the 135 and up, I feel like we see more combination punching in the previous 20 years that we have in this one.
Yeah, like you know, like everyone, you know, like I said, everyone tries to fight a little slick. You know, tries to get him out there with like 1 or 2 shots or whatever. Like you know,
but back then, slick niggas threw hands though, man. Like these new niggas want to be slick with no offense, man. That's the shit that be killing me.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll say so. Parker, like I said, I mean, both two guys, like you know, both Parker and Bacoli still deserve props. Like I said, you know, they made the fight. Parker. You know, like I said, he's on this little streak right now. He's on this little late streak right now. Like, give Parker a shot at the title. Like, if he's willing to fight someone like Bacoli on 2 days' notice and win,
nah, man, yeah, give him Usyk, give him Usyk fight first. I mean, fuck it, just get out the way. See what I mean? Come on, give him Usyk fight.
Yeah, like,
so we need to do a Twitter poll for like who's the better set of who's the better set of final fights for Usyk and have like Cavalier, Dubois, Parker, like shit like that. Like that's a good question.
Low-key heavyweights like is it one of the best divisions in boxing right now? Or am I tripping? I mean, honestly,
you're not tripping. Heavyweight literally is maybe a top 3 division right now.
Yeah, like the only thing that's missing in heavyweights right now is the American heavyweight. You know, and that's
I want a little more color thrown up over there.
That's a wrap. I'm done. That's a wrap. But maybe shouts out Torres. But we're cooked.
Yeah, I need a little more. You know, sprinkle a little more. I just feel like we're getting we got a lot of Euro potato salads or some shit going on.
Yeah, like I mean, Wilder's obviously he's on the downside. We don't know where he is, but yeah, Jared Anderson has proven not to be at that level.
All we got is Nacho Libre as Torres Jr. That's what we got.
Because Dreamland lost too, so it's like we kind of like really don't have. Oh yeah, Andre Carmel Morton gets us some crazy long combo. Yeah, he does. Yeah, like that. Morton puts hands on motherfuckers. Like,
some young guys that can't.
He's at 130, 135. I would expect him to.
But remember, dude, back in the day, you could see a motherfucker at goddamn light heavyweight throw a fucking 5-punch combination. You see a goddamn middleweight throw damn 3-4 combos. Like, yeah, damn, like you just don't see that no more.
I mean, of course, nigga. Like, I mean, I watch a Dominic and Briggs, nigga. I know they get down there like heavy.
Yeah, like what is this? Like, dude, I'm from the Chad Dawson era where motherfucker was like, no, southpaw. Like this nigga was lighting dudes up with like 6-punch combination. Like, bro, like I might have to rewatch the Eric Harden fight. Like, nigga, like.
I mean, shit. I mean, for me, like, I mean, one of my favorite fights of all time might be like a top 2 is Murky Sosa and Prince Charles Williams. Both fights were combos, ridiculous, brutal combos.
Dude, Jermaine Taylor, Kasim Oma, dude, Taylor was landing full-blown mid-work combos. Like, he 1, 2, 3, 4. Like niggas don't even do that in fights no more, man. Like, I want to see, like, and niggas be, and it's crazy because you used to see regular, like, non-fancy mid-work back in the day. But in fights, that's when niggas was getting all creative. Like, fuck that. Now you see all the fancy combo mid-work, but the most uncreative combos in boxing.
Yeah. Basically everyone does the Floyd power work, but no understanding why Floyd does what he does.
And damn sure ain't throwing the damn combos in the real fights. Like, if you're not hitting with combos in your fucking, and you doing all that fancy mid work, something's wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's a disconnect. But yeah, my bad. Yeah, y'all can keep going.
Yeah, no, like, Parker deserves a title shot, and I'm sure Bacoli is still apparently going to fight in May against F.A. Ajab. It's just not going to be an eliminator no more. But
that's a good ass fucking fight too, though.
And then another thing that I learned about that Bacoli is a vegetarian. I just wanted to mention that randomly. Like, if you're a vegetarian, like, what the fuck you eating to be 315 pounds as a vegetarian? Like,
facts, man. Honestly, I find out a lot of these niggas who be on some vegetarian shit. Like, I feel like they overeat.
They must. But these
dude, a lot of dude. Look, man. You know how we would eat like a regular chicken salad?
Mm-hmm.
These niggas would just eat 2 salads to replace the fucking chicken.
Facts. Because I remember I worked with someone who was a vegetarian though, but he had a whole beer belly and shit. Like, I was trying to figure how does that shit even work? Like, like usually like fighters that adopt a vegetarian diet, like Tim Bradley did. Usually them cats are supposed to be like ripped and shit. Like, like they. I'm trying to understand.
And then Bradley's a bad like example because that's a motherfucker who was training hard as fuck though.
I get that though, but you're supposed to drop some weight if you're not eating no meat. Pause.
These niggas get. You see how Canelo looked against Bivol with that bullshit. Like,
yeah,
you need to fight. You gotta have blood, bro. Like you ain't gonna want to beat a nigga ass eating a goddamn spinach wrap or a goddamn veggie sub or a veggie pizza.
Facts,
and y'all talking about the niggas. What's the Hagler quote where he's like, yeah, it's kind of hard, to train, do road work when you're in silk pajamas.
Silk sheets, yeah, silk pajamas.
Silk sheets. It's even harder when you eating bullshit ass damn goddamn veggie subs.
Yeah, eat fucking meat. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Like you better eat because the fucking boiled eggs, the spinach, and the veggie subs and all that shit just ain't cut.
Like, yeah. Like, I mean, look at the fighters in the main events. I'm sure like they have meat in their diet. Again, pause because this is like
nigga. I feel Beterbiev slap the shit out you like if you gave him a platter of just carrots and tofu or some shit.
I'm saying like
that nigga like he looked too angry to just. I'd be afraid that I'd even offer this to hors d'oeuvres. And there's like no beef or nothing. like my friend like uppercuts like.
But
is this?
But yeah, Beterbiev Bivol too, man. Again, 175 hard fights, man. Like, well, honestly, light heavyweight shining this year between this and then fucking Benavidez and Morrell. Like, 175 is fucking shining this year.
They already the division of the year, and it's like we ain't even in March.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Beterbiev Bivol. I'll give it to the Bivol. Like, Bivol is teak tough, bro. Like, because I mean, it did look like in the first half of the fight that Beterbiev was going to break dude down because there was a couple of those rounds where Bivol was going to his corner. He was shaky as shit. Like, he was like I was like, oh damn, like Beterbiev's about to do this again at 40. Like, this shit is incredible. But one thing that Bivol did, is like he learned like he couldn't be on no back foot. Like going around the ring without punching, because that's the reason why he lost the first fight. And even though
I feel like ring generalship won this fight for him.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Like he actually got off combos on Beterbiev, especially in that round 11. Like
he wasn't fading.
Consistent combo.
That was the thing. The championship rounds, he didn't fade. Even the rounds before, like 7, 8, 9, Bivol won that fight. You know, and I was going for Beterbiev. Bivol
I
clearly
don't
won
feel
that
like
fight.
the whole robbery shit I keep seeing on Twitter. I'm like, it just lets me know like a lot of niggas can't score fucking fights.
I had a draw. I had a draw.
But hear me out. Did Father Time kick in, or was it just like Bivol just rose to the occasion?
No, I think it was just the fight itself because it was a different strategy. Like Bivol was a little bit more busier than that, and the fun thing too is because Beterbiev could cut off the ring, but for some reason he had a hard time cutting off Bivol in this fight. Like, bro was like.
I think that's also because Bivol was throwing more too. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But let's be honest, Bivol showed more grit in this fight than he did the first one. Like,
he did.
Like, the strategy was better too, but grit kind of won him this. Like, when it was time to really kind of throw combinations, he did it repeatedly. He would spin out, pivot, still throw.
Yep.
It was kind of like how Rayo and Pitbull was going at it.
Yeah. You know, it was just quality. Like I was incredibly impressed by Bivol on this one because
niggas can't score fights because like I feel like Beterbiev won the last fight, but I could see a draw with this one.
Yeah, I had,
but it was more Bivol win than anything.
If I had to pick a winner, it would have been Bivol. Like I think, like if you said, oh no, one person had to have won, it would have been Bivol. Because a couple of them, the swing rounds I gave to Beterbiev, but it could have easily been scored to Bivol.
And I will say this though, round 12 though, Beterbiev definitely won that final round.
Because Bivol gave it up. Bivol gave pause. He gave up that last round. Like I don't know.
And he got cut badly too. I was like, this better be like now. Beterbiev needed to cut Bivol like that, like 3 rounds earlier, and then we probably would have
seen. He couldn't get to him though. Like I felt like Beterbiev didn't have another gear. Like he couldn't. Like he gave you 100, and Bivol gave you 100, but then somehow Bivol just went to 110, and Beterbiev just tapped out at maybe 103. Like you could tell, like he couldn't because he was missing more this fight than anything.
Right, and I think because usually with Beterbiev, like if you try to move, you know, obviously Beterbiev is not a person like he'll throw if he hits you on your arm or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, it's eventually all this is just a system of breaking you down until you either stop moving or you start doing something and you start catching punches flush. That's how. But Bivol took that shit for 12 rounds because there were times where dude would be circling and he was getting hit in the arm, but he'd keep circling. And eventually, on occasion, like his back would touch the corner and Beterbiev would try to go to work or whatever. But then, you know, then Bivol would clinch and then keep moving. And I think just that rhythm of that Beterbiev wasn't used to. And I guess he wasn't used to someone biting down and really breaking that rhythm, and it was just like I think and he couldn't adjust, and it was too much. But
but it's also this too, bro. Like a guy like Beterbiev who punches hard and has heavy hands. Like if you don't give him flush targets and allow him to chip at you by blocking, you kind of make him a little bit more ineffective. Bivol kind of understood this time where instead of retreating, he turned more and threw the combinations. And so when he did retreat and turn, he was catching some of those combinations or punches from Beterbiev. He was catching them. His gloves were catching the end of the punch, where it's already the punch, the power, the velocity,
bro.
Velocity, yeah. Thank you. Already kind of dissipated by the time they get to damn Bivol because he's in motion. Whereas last time, Bivol would literally try to catch counter or just cover up, and Beterbiev, he hits too hard to just cover up like that. And I think sometimes at that level, it's the little nuances, man. And I saw that made a difference as well. Like Beterbiev didn't get a chance to just wear down Bivol like he did the first fight. Like Bivol kind of played the distance to ring a little better. Like when he blocked, he blocked in moments where
when he was moving back
to.
and he was moving backwards and laterally, he kept throwing. That was the thing. The activity he kept throwing that.
So and it's harder to just kind of beat on somebody if they're constantly kind of turning and moving. Because Bivol wasn't really using angles.
No, he was not.
Yeah, so it's like imagine a nigga using angles and doing all that. So there's still shit Bivol could even improve on. Whereas at the point, I think just Beterbiev could only just make himself be faster and better. Like I don't think there's nothing else he could do. Like,
yeah, no, and like I said, and Beterbiev though, I mean, I think Beterbiev knew because I think he was kind of pissed because Dude was kind of a sore sport at the end. Like bro was.
Yeah.
He didn't want he didn't want to talk to no one. He didn't want to shake hands or whatever. He left.
I think he felt he lost. Like he knew he lost. Yeah, like
so like Bivol, like right now, like Bivol's crazy. Bivol has a Zerto, has a Canelo, has a Beterbiev on his record right now. Like bro,
he's the only thing. I mean, real quick, he's the only guy ever to have two undefeated. I mean, two undisputed 4-belt champions. The only guy to ever beat two of those, two fighters like that. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like I mean, honestly, honestly, Bivol, I mean, obviously, if he's like you want to put him at like 4, depending, he's clearly in the top 4 for pound. Like he's somewhere around.
I mean, him and Beterbiev, they just changed position. Like Beterbiev been top 5. He's been like 4.
Yeah,
now Beterbiev is 5 or something.
Yeah,
Bivol is 4.
Yeah, like I mean, but it's like I say but those fights too, they're hard fights, but they're also technical fights because you saw each fight you saw the best and the worst of both guys exposed, and one guy.
Oh, this fight was more entertaining than the first one though.
I mean, I was watching the first one high in Jamaica, so I was entertained. I was entertained with it.
I mean, I was entertained through both, but it just felt like this had like more action, where it's like last time had action, but. Like I guess the since Bivol never really tapered in this fight, it felt like a more action-packed fight.
Yeah,
whereas last time he kind of tapered, he was up and down, and it got to moments where it was just getting like you had too many one-sided moments.
Right. But I'm glad that Bivol was able to, because I mean the shit that I saw him doing in his workouts, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is he gonna do? Like, I mean, he was wrestling, he was doing like whole wrestling shit. I'm like, what's he gonna do with that with Beterbiev? But like I said, that's why he's a pro. Like, and I'm not a pro, so it's just like,
Or maybe he was thinking like, hey, if I gotta be on the inside clinching and grappling with this nigga, I could be prepared for it. Sometimes you train shit just to be in case.
Yeah, because typically, you don't wrestle people like Beterbiev because Beterbiev's type of people, like they're like master grapplers. You don't want to wrestle.
That's true.
Yeah,
but you do want to have the strength to have enough leverage for if it happens, you could handle yourself.
Yeah,
because a lot of guys, they don't account for that. They don't think like, hey man, like, hey, you're gonna have to have the strength to kind of. If you start wailing on this nigga, you hurt him, he start clinching and he try to adjust and get close, you're going to have the strength to kind of manhandle him on the inside, get him off you. Some people can't, so you get ugly, like Keyshawn Davis and Baranchek. Like, you see how Keyshawn Davis had the strength on the inside where, he didn't get manhandled. Like, he was able to just fire off his shots.
Right.
Do y'all want to see a trilogy?
I do, but I want Beterbiev.
At this point,
not really. No,
I do, but I want to see Beterbiev get his shot first. Like I want,
I heard Beterbiev gonna have to wait a little bit. I heard they're holding him out a little bit. That's kind of crazy.
I mean, I think
you know what? Because I look at it like this: it's not fair in a sense. Like y'all niggas made Beterbiev run this shit back like in 4 months. He's the older motherfucker with the knee injury and shit. Okay, he loses a close fight. And then now niggas is talking about, okay, fuck that. Let's do something else. Nah, just get the trilogy over with. Have these niggas fight in the summer. whatnot. And after that, whoever wins that, he runs it, and Benavidez, whoever else could get him. Like I'm just saying, bro, because it's kind of shitty. Like,
fight like Colin Smith in the meanwhile, as a
who?
Benavidez versus Colin Smith. Would that be like a good? Is that a good in the meanwhile?
I think that would. Honestly, that would be great. Be honest, goddamn, Pilot, that actually is great right there. Benavidez, Callum Smith for the co-main, and Bivol run it back, and the winner get the fucking. Because now you're looking at it, because that motivate Callum Smith. Although I don't think anybody wants to fight Beterbiev again, like.
Yeah, right.
Except Bivol.
I mean, Father Time, sure. I know he's not much trend but he is 40. 40 is 40 at the end of the day, still.
Right.
Yeah, but and that's why I'm saying, like, if y'all gonna do the trilogy, do it this year, but kind of don't do this shit in goddamn June. Like, let these niggas get like an August.
Facts.
Like, let 6 months go by. If Benavidez want to keep. But these, this nigga, he probably gonna wait till then or whatever. But if all these other niggas want to keep fighting, go ahead. But like light heavyweight ain't popping where it's like you got a bunch of contenders want to get a shot. It's really just 3, 4, 5 fighters that you just kind of looking out for.
Yeah, but still, it's 175 has high level punchers. That's like the most.
Yeah, so you can only match them up in tough fights so much.
Yeah. Like, you do that, and then they'll end up like the 130 era with Salido in them. Like, they'll all be
everybody banged up and done in like a couple years, and then some big motherfucker like a Burchell pads his resume by KO and all of them niggas.
Yeah, exactly. This is,
and then it looks like fool's gold because now Burchell look like some monster, and then it takes the faded guy who shouldn't really win. To get a fucking highlight reel KO on his ass.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it sounds crazy, but that's literally what happened.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like,
I'm just giving you how it played out over the years.
Yeah, like, and you can see it with light heavyweights. Like I said, 154 right now because there's so many of them. So we're getting the hard fights, but they're not. It's not like a round robin type of where 175 is round robin.
Different names could be thrown in, but at light heavyweight, it's like, okay, what you're gonna do? Okay, let's put Morrell against Anthony Yard, Callum Smith versus Benavidez, and Bivol main event. There you go.
Yeah. And then that'll be a fire card.
Quick question on 175 because again I'm gonna watch the fight after. But Buatsi Morrell, is that a fight where Morrell should probably win that, or I'm just wondering what kind how?
Yes.
Yes.
Morrell should beat Buatsi. Yes, I agree.
But one thing's for Buatsi's power will always keep him in the damn fight. But yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to be in there, but Buatsi's like, and that's the thing. We just mostly talked about how good the fight was, but I'll say this about Buatsi because I don't think I really said no technical shit. Power, he has everything, but it's just the ring generals. Like a lot of these niggas don't know how to work through and win around. It's just like they seem like they're just looking for openings to punch. Like, you got 3 minutes. Like, put all this together. Like, and it felt like Caleb Smith was just more aware of that. And Buatsi, he fights like there's no timer. like how you just playing video games sometime and you just be like, you take the timer off, it's infinity mode or whatever, and you playing virtual fighter. That's how this nigga fight. Like, it just goes on forever until somebody dies or something. Bro, you gotta have a plan, bro. You just can't. He hits me, I hit him back. That's literally what this nigga did.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's actually a good fight. Buatsi Morrell, like, I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. But
but
remember, these is going to be a second fight for these niggas, and that's it. Like, this ain't no 3-plan fight.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, like
for this year, nah.
Yeah, you put a fight like that in together like that. Yeah, these cats are not gonna. They're gonna need some time to heal. Like so, it's like something crazy. Like yeah, they're not.
Yeah, because I feel like you wouldn't get a Benavidez winner. I'm sorry, Benavidez versus Smith. I'm sorry, Beterbiev.
Better be.
Better Benavidez. Jeez,
Yeah.
You wouldn't get him against the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev. I feel like until next year anyway. If we're gonna be honest, I feel like just get the trilogy out the fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, if you put Benavidez with Callum Smith, nigga, if Benavidez is supposed to be that guy, who the fuck is Callum Smith?
Yeah.
And it's another payday, great fight. So yeah, like boxing guys, y'all make that happen. Salute Blazing Killer. What up?
Yeah, but yeah, overall, like I said though, I mean, was it the greatest card in the world? No. Was there a number of entertaining fights more than the bad fights? Yes, and that's what in the end that's what counts. You know,
you take away 2 fights in the middle, this is like an A+ card.
Yeah,
that's why I feel like 7 fights is just too much. Like if you focus on this 5, 4 might be the sweet spot, but 5, I say like that should be the max. Because it leaves too much room for fuckery. Like, remember, you had 2 replacements too.
Right. Now, had to replace. Like I said, I'm not. I'm sure they're gonna try it again in some fashion, card like that though. But yeah, like I don't mind a long card. I mean, as long as on paper it's good. But obviously, if it's a struggle card, then yeah, no, I'm not happy. I mean, hell, even PBC only did 1 6-fight main card, like 6 fights main card once, and they never did it again. So it's like, and although that's actually one of my favorite cards too. I actually like that card.
That was a good card, yeah. So I don't mind it. Like
which
pacing.
Wait, hold on. Which card was that? Which card was that? Which one was that?
The Charlo
bro.
The COVID pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 fights, and then you had a break, which was necessary because the break was, and then another 3 fights.
Those like a double triple header, double triple header, right? Yeah,
damn it, we need to bring that back. Like no one talks about that.
But it flopped so bad. That's it with the Charlo. It flopped so bad.
Yeah, it flopped. That was the problem.
Really hard.
What was the pay-per-view buys on that?
Like $100K, somewhere around there.
Probably if that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a flop, but
yeah, but it was.
What were we expecting from that? Like.
It was the pandemic, bro. We expected a little bit more, but it's a shame too. But yeah, no, I mean,
although they never been marketed like they should have been too. Like, but I feel like if they would have got like $300K, I feel like that'd have been cool. But
we would probably had more stacked cards from them though. But yeah, no. Overall, Turkey definitely like the pacing. Pacing needs to be working on a little, but I mean, at least it flowed. Like there wasn't like any like. Outside of the Shiraz, that was right. It wasn't a slow spot. Like it finished, in less talking, no weird shit, and that. So I mean, Turkey has,
I give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, I'm just saying, if you give it a number out of 10, I give it a 9. A 9.
And you didn't even watch the first fight.
You didn't watch the first.
I didn't watch the first fight. Yeah, it's still a 9.
Yeah, so
that's crazy. It is about a 9 out of 10. I give you that.
Yeah, like I'm not even mad at the fight at all. Like not at all. I'm at the pay-per-view or anything like that. I mean, and truthfully, the small arena definitely did work for it because there was a little bit more. It sounded like there was more atmosphere. I know people had.
Pause. It was more intimate. It was more intimate. Pause. It's like you're more.
Dude, like this is the whole shit I be talking about. Niggas is like niggas want fights all intimate and shit. Like nigga, we fighting. Bedroom boxing. The fuck kind of shit is y'all on? Like, it was a smaller room. It was more intimate. So when I don't whisper sweet nothings. Like, nigga, no.
I mean, I don't want no eyes wide shut ass type of fight.
Oh yeah, the Baumgartner special.
Yeah. What I'm saying? But like I said, Turkey. I mean, production wise, it's probably his best produced pay per view by far. Like I said, so
yeah, like it was the most enjoyable. Like I was tired, but it felt like it was a regular shift of work and not like an overtime shift like the other shifts we have when he watches fights.
Yeah, But now, we have, next week, of course, we have PBC, they on the docket again for pay-per-view. We got one Gervonta Tank Davis and one Lamont Roach, and this was pushed back from October, I think it was October and November from last year. So I mean, it just happened to land on the week after this card. So Tank, Roach, and then we'll get to that particular fight and everything like that. But obviously the undercard and also the two free fights. I mean, it's a loaded card, but obviously there are dark matches that are for the people who are going to be there. Like Matt is going to be there, like he's going to be there, and he'll probably see a lot of like the prospects that PBC does have. They're just not televised. And truthfully, they did practice developing prospects off TV. Because I don't want to see no more damn Saudi prospects on my TV until they can, actually.
Like that's the thing. Like they take advantage of this whole prospect shit sometimes to the point where, like, at one point we was begging to see these type of fights. Now we're like, okay, chill, like y'all, like let these niggas develop a little more.
Now for the PBC preview, I mean, we got one Jonathan Gio Lopez, who's a prospect, and then we also have a former unified champion in Jarrett Hurd. Now Lopez, I'm looking forward to actually seeing him fight because he's good, but I'm just not cool with Jarrett Hurd actually fighting on this card at all. Like I don't.
Well, yeah, didn't Rosario just fight? Like I guess they trying to take them both to pasture. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just like, okay, Rosario looks slightly better than Hurd in that pro box fight, so that's why they actually put him in there. But
it was a draw, so it was like, fuck it, we gotta have both of them opportunities.
And truthfully, Jarrett Hurd is facing Johan Gonzalez, and truthfully, it's a fight that he could lose. Like Johan Gonzalez. I mean, I think he got off losing to Jesus Ramos, right? But Johan Gonzalez, he has power. He has a lot of power, so he can still fight. And Hurd is cooked. Jarrett Hurd is absolutely positively cooked. So. I'm trying to see right now, see if they actually offer it as odds, because I will say this too: if there's odds out there for Hurd and Gonzalez is the underdog, you better put some money on Gonzalez. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
I'm always rooting for Hurd, but damn, if a shot fighter.
Yeah, like
man, the Vegas probably know that, man. What the odds?
See, I'm looking right now. I'm just trying to see if it's. Oh, okay, wow, it's actually pretty even. I'm actually shocked. So Jarrett Hurd straight money line is minus 130, and Johan Gonzalez is minus 102.
Wow.
But they don't have the other prop bets out yet. I'm actually shocked that it's actually that close.
So you think it'd be about KO?
Honestly, if Gonzalez, I think, I mean, if there's a KO prop for Gonzalez, I would put money on it.
Damn.
Yeah. Jarrett Hurd has seen better days.
Yeah.
He like I said, he's basically his era of 154 is done, and it's sad to say because that era was like, I mean, it wasn't that far ago, but he's done.
Yeah, but it's kind of over like that because most people from that era are kind of done. Even the niggas who was at the top of that era, like.
Mm-hmm.
He was two belts. He was almost top of the era. You could say. I mean, he's getting up there.
Yeah, my bad. I ain't mean it like that. Like
no, you're right. You're right.
Like, hold on,
like I mean,
he was at top of the era. Who the fuck was? Like
time goes by. 34. That's crazy. Time goes by.
Yeah, no, it's
absolutely keeps on slipping.
Yeah, and well, Matt, I mean, what do you think about Jarrett Hurd actually being on the Freeview? I guess more technical difficulties.
I don't know. I think he might have fell asleep. He's a busy guy, so I'm not be surprised if he fell asleep.
Might have passed out. No, but the thing with Jarrett Hurd, I mean, I remember when a long time ago, when I was getting heavy back into boxing, it was on one of the Fury Wilder cards. They were really hyping up the Charlo Hurd to be a pay-per-view, but they kept milking it, and it never came to fruition. And obviously, J-Rock loses. I mean, J-Rock beats Hurd, right? And it's like, and that pretty much ends Hurd.
Yeah, and then speaking of J-Rock, though, he's the opener on this. against Ioannis Tellus, you know, and this is for interim WBA 154 belt. But again, this fight is one of those fights where I just feel like now Tellus is about to get another, like, just again, name on his record, because J-Rock is coming down from middleweight, which he didn't have a lot of success at, as we mentioned earlier, as LB mentioned earlier with that fight with Adames and everything like that.
But he didn't seem too small for it. Like, it seemed like he was like he could have been okay at middleweight. Like, he might be training or hurt himself to get back.
If he was still active, doing PBC guys, like, especially when they're at that age, they're not active enough to take him seriously.
Yeah, because at his age and that
age, you should be. Yeah, you can't be fighting.
You can't just stay at middleweight.
Like, your last fight can't be a dom. I know he was supposed to have one. The pro box thing fell through or whatever, but your last fight can't be a dominance. And me think you're gonna fight this 154 Cuban knockout artist, and you're gonna, you might put up a little valiant effort, but we know what you're there for. You're there to get slumped.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is the type of fight I'm missing weight on.
Yeah, as funny things too is, like, I don't even see the odds offered for it in FanDuel, which is crazy.
Yeah, they
know what's going on. I mean, if J-Rock somehow turn back the test of time and somehow wins this fight, that'd be crazy. But
however, they do offer it in DraftKings. So right now the money line is Tellez is a minus 1,600 favorite. J-Rock is a plus 800 underdog, which is funny things too is I would say put a little bread on J-Rock though, but there's like
the irony.
The irony. But there is a reason why he's so high, because he went up to 160 where he struggled, and he's going back down in weight to 154 where he was struggling before he went up to 160. So you know what I'm saying? Like, J-Rock's between a rock and a hard place right now. Like, it's like basically like Tellez is supposed to get the name on his record. This
is one of those, you have a Ryan Garcia moment, do not make weight. I come in there at goddamn 158.
Mm-hmm.
And go from there, bro.
Yeah, no, because we all like J-Rock, but it's getting to the point, like, he's basically like this is fool's gold. He's playing with some fire. And
I feel like he does get the raw deal a lot of times. Mm-hmm. So yeah, niggas talk shit.
Let me ask you, because I find out that I always come across people saying is Zayas versus Tellez because they're in similar trajectories. They're both young, but I feel like they both take kind of different developmental fights, right? Like, Tellez is fighting guys with names that we know that have been champions maybe way back when type of thing, right? Whereas the other guy is fighting guys that aren't really, Zayas never fought champion. He beat the Shera once, but I'm just saying he fights more guys that are kind of like, I feel like Zayas fights the better developmental fights.
Well, Tellez has a KO win over Sergio Garcia, so like, that's a better fucking win than whatever Zayas has.
Better than anyone.
Yeah, because remember that Garcia was one of the top guys in the era.
Yeah.
Like Zayas, like I feel like he should have Zayas should be giving us the fights that Virgil Ortiz and Boacek and Tim Tszyu and Crawford been giving us the last year or so.
Mm-hmm.
And Zayas is like I don't want to say he's like the Puerto Rican Joey Spencer, but god damn, like get on with it already. Like, that's how I feel. Like I feel like we know enough about him already. Like, he either has it or he doesn't. Like, he doesn't look bad. Like,
time to show improve.
Yeah, like throw him in there with a name now, like
mm-hmm.
with some danger now.
Facts.
He's obviously better than Berlanga. What the fuck y'all scared for?
So the Tellez fight probably opens the card.
Yeah,
or is that?
Okay. It opens the main card, and yeah, I mean,
I think Tellez beats Zayas.
Yeah, and I also think Tellez beats J-Rock too, probably by KO.
Probably early. Probably early. I mean, like if it goes past 3 or 6, I'm gonna be like, what's going on?
Well, no, J-Rock is craftier than that. Like, I mean,
I know.
Now, if Tellez gets rid of him that early, I'd be impressed though. But J-Rock is like, I mean, J-Rock is shaky, but yeah, I'll give him the bet that he should be out of there like in the first 3 rounds.
Unless he gets one shot at, like, he got to get hit with like some perfect shit, because
Mm-hmm.
Like Adamas could punch. He was battling back and hurting Adamas and getting his. So that's what that fight like. And this happened to J Rock twice. I don't know if anyone's seen the Hugo Centillo fight.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He got fucked out of that fight too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, damn. So like, but yeah, like, you know, J Rock one of them niggas you want to see him win, but it's just like, geez. Like,
Yeah, like you know, you're picking a much difficult fight to get back in the mix with at 154. That's for damn sure.
yeah, and I mean, damn, this is a nigga who Vladimir Hernandez was putting hands on.
Yeah, yeah, jeez, yeah, that fight was hella crucial. Like, geez, oh man, though. But then after that fight, we have our first world title fight.
Hold on, this is on the main card now, right?
Yep, this is main card. Bro.
Okay, so that's not a bad preview from PBC. Okay, like they.
Well, no,
they kind of.
Well, no, tell us J Rock is the main card. That's the opener on the main card.
Oh shit! Okay, damn, that's pretty good. All right, my bad.
Yeah, no. And then we got the second fight where we have WBC super lightweight champion Alberto Puello defending his belt against longstanding Mando Sandor Martin. Now, this fight makes the most sense to me out of all the fights on the card, but in terms of entertainment value, it's going to be up and down depending on what you think.
Is this going to be Catterall Barbosa level, basically?
The PBC version,
PBC remix.
The funny thing is, too, I don't think Sandor Martin fights are boring. That's the thing.
Not even Puello. Puello be having some interesting fights. I ain't gonna lie.
Because he does throw, and Puello though is up and down with. I mean, Puello threw against 140 Gary Russ, and then he did against.
I mean, Puello Barter. I don't think Barter got robbed or anything. I thought that was a pretty competitive, entertaining fight. You know. I know both guys get a boring rap. But I'm just hoping two ugly ducklings make.
I don't know if there is boring. I don't think Sandor Morton's like boring. Like he has a potential, but he does do enough to box. Like he throws hands. Puello, I think throws a lot of punches, but he throws bad quality punches.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't always make for entertaining fights. But this is one of those fights where. I think it might be better than Barbosa, Catterall. Like,
I mean, it can't get any worse. If it gets any worse, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I think you'll have like decent. I honestly think that's just gonna be like a decent ho hum type of fight, like where niggas is moving their hands, but no one really gets hurt, no knockdown. Somebody just outboxes or outworks the other one.
Yeah, I'm not sure who wins. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe I think I lean Puello, but I don't know. It can go either way.
I'm going with Sandor. I just think it's his time.
He's due for another big win though, too.
He is.
Like, Puello ain't been looking great right? Like that either.
This is for the belt Puello beat. Who we're talking about next? Anton Russell, right? This is the belt he won, right?
Yeah, he won it in that. Yeah, that was the vacant belt that he won.
And another boring ass, uneventful fucking fight.
Like I said, I mean, I'm just looking at the odds right now. So basically, the money line for Puello Martin is minus 130. Puello's one is 130. Martin is minus 104. Method of victory though, Puello is for decision is plus 135. A Puello KO is plus 470. I actually thought it would be higher than that. A draw is
like they know something we don't.
A draw is plus 1,500. Martin points decision is plus 145, and a Martin KO is plus 700. So
this might be a fight where you see a draw.
That's true, though. And truthfully, you can probably put money on either or decision. Now, if you put money on the KO, then hey, you're just living dangerously. You're living on the edge.
You just got money to burn.
Yeah, you doing what you want. Like honestly, for this fight, I wouldn't even pick nobody. I would literally pick a draw for this fight.
Yeah,
they might just end up canceling each other out. Like Martin's the better boxer. It is it honestly is a reversal of Catterall Barbosa, like PBC version. Like Puello more active. Sandor Morton's a better boxer.
Mm-hmm.
but it just you don't have like the power element in this fight like that.
Yeah,
No,
neither guy
you
really
don't.
got popped like that. But Poole did impress me the way he outboxed Gary Antoine, though. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, 'cause I didn't expect that. I thought he would
I
actually
didn't
get
expect that
KO'd.
shit. I didn't expect that shit. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's one of those fights where either it might be more entertaining than it should be, or more boring than it should be. I don't think there's really in between.
After the second fight, after the first fight, which is either going to be a great KO or just a barn burner back and forth joint. This fight can't have a drop like that. Like at least give me a decent damn okay. Like I could watch this. It's not putting me to sleep.
Right. And then, but then the next fight though should kind of wake people back up if it does.
Yeah.
With Jose Real Valenzuela and Gary Antoine Russell, aka 140, Gary Russ, aka Angry Fist. Angry Fist, of course, is coming off his first defeat to Alberto Puello. So, he got plugged in to facing Real, who won his belt by beating Pitbull Cruz.
Hey, to me, this is low-key the best fight of the weekend. Low-key.
It literally is. I give you
it
that.
Should be. On paper, it's
it has the potential to be.
Yeah.
Because Gary Antoine, both guys have power.
But I feel like Russell's been kind of tamed now. Like he's not giving us the beast mode Russell, the angry fist.
Because the guy does he has 100% kill ratio. Gary Antoine does have 100%. Even though he got that loss on his record now, he doesn't still have 100%.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you
don't fight like it no more.
I also think because the death of the father is
their
probably
played
a part. And
Gary
on top
Senior
of that,
dying has big role, play a huge role. I feel like.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have Gary Russell Jr., who's doing the training, and I don't think Gary Russell Jr. should be training them per se.
He's not a head trainer. It's not a head trainer. Yeah, it's not a head trainer.
Yeah, he's not a head. And, that's a whole different conversation on why he's doing that instead of getting back in the ring. But that's another thing. I don't even know.
Yeah, no, the Russell brothers ain't been the same since rest in peace Gary Senior passed. It hasn't been. They haven't had that same. You can just tell it ain't been the same.
Yeah, like they one doesn't fight. The other two have kind of been one. The most potential lost to Zero, and the other one, he was already floundering, but he's kind of now he's like non-existent.
The other one was already mid. We already knew he was mid.
Yeah, no. But like I said though, but Valenzuela can easily get sparked out by Gary Antoine Russell too. That's another thing. So it's not. But Rail is probably. But Rail at least has Robert Garcia in his corner, so that's like that's a bigger plus for him.
He's been active, and he's been relatively speaking, he's been more active. I feel like than Gary Antoine.
And I knew shit's changed because I'm looking at the money line is even for them at -116, which is crazy. Like
that's a 50-50 fight though.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 fight, and truthfully, it shouldn't be, but I guess situations kind of made it a 50-50 fight. Rayo points decision is +145. Valenzuela KO is +500. Draws 1,500. Antoine Russell points decision is +460, and Antoine Russell KO is +160.
Who you got for this one?
I
think Russell gets the knockout.
Yeah, I think Russell will probably stop him. So
he should. I think an 8th round KO.
He should.
I think he's gonna try to force the KO. I'm thinking maybe a 7th round KO for him. What about you, LB?
Rayo.
By decision. Oh, that's interesting. Rayo by decision. Well, this dude did lose a decision to Puello, which is kind of vexing. So it's not kind of.
But Rayo got a work rate, and he boxes. It's just he got more. Like he can show he can do more.
That's also true. So, like I said,
he punches harder though.
He
to
does.
Capitalize on Russell if Russell get too aggressive.
That's also true. Yeah. Because
I feel like we've seen more layers of Jose Valenzuela than we've seen of Gary Antoine. We've seen more, layers of his boxing ability, right?
Well, and on top of it, because Rail did lose first before Russell, so we actually got to see Rail rebound after getting brutally knocked out.
And work on that, yeah.
Yeah, and work on that. So basically, this is where we got to try to see if Russell has another dimension to his game.
Yeah, because we never seen Russell pull off no boxing like Rayo did with Pitbull, and even with the Colbert. Like, he adjusted. Like, he knew what he had to do to beat both these niggas clearly.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second Colbert fight with the leaping KO. The leaping that was good. That was crazy.
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, even though he got robbed the first fight, I'll be the first one to tell you he had too many moments, and it comes back to ring general shit. He had too many moments where he let Colbert box his way back into the fight and gain confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he was, and I give Colbert credit, he had heart in that fight. But Rayo was beating his ass too much for this nigga to just be, for that shit to go to decision like that. Like,
Facts.
Like, put this motherfucker away. Like, you keep having him
come back to
low key.
Yeah, come back to life.
Dude, it was low key. It had shades of Pitter. I'm fucking niggas' names up. It had low key shades of Peter Quillen and Dime.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, bro, you obviously hit harder and you're hurting this guy. You're fucking dropping him. Like, put this motherfucker down and have him stay now. Like, it's like that one sheet loose freestyle. Like, back in the day, what that nigga said, he ain't a killer if that nigga still got, you ain't a killer if that nigga still got up. And that's fucking facts. And you up here shooting niggas and everybody just lives to tell about it.
Yeah,
I don't need to hear you killer raps and shit, nigga. I don't hear no brags at the barbershop, nigga. Like, chill, nigga. You got a bunch of injured niggas gunning for you. So yeah, like Rayo, he improved on the second fight, and he didn't allow Colbert to gain confidence in his boxing and to come back into the fight and shit several fucking times. He did it, the nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw how he boxed up Pitbull. Like, that's a 116, 112 fight all day.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't make, and he threw enough hard punches and landed enough hard punches where it was no doubt. He just ain't just run and move and just turn this nigga.
No, he boxed the fuck out of Pitbull. He boxed Pitbull.
Yeah, he boxed it with hard shots. He boxed like a nigga who ain't have power, but he actually was throwing with power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
Robert
some
Garcia,
shit.
Yeah, Robert Garcia does a good job.
Like, he still like Rayo was still who he was, but he just had a boxing game plan. Whereas he still did that with damn Colbert in the rematch, but he pressured him this time.
Right.
Like, you got to know what strategies to employ your skills, Madrimov. Like, ain't no just point of just winging shots here and running around here and like, nigga, like, he didn't need, like, imagine if he would have fought Colbert the way he fought Pitbull in the rematch. Like, come on, that'd have been, he would have really got robbed that one.
Mm-hmm.
Might have ended up losing it for real. And you can't say it's a robbery. Now, imagine if he fought Colbert in the rematch and the way he fought Pitbull. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he fought the way he fought Colbert in the rematch, if the way he fought Pitbull, nigga, you just playing in the Pitbull's wheelhouse, his best abilities.
Mm-hmm.
We would have probably got a fight of the year that he probably loses. Which was possible.
It was. It really
so
was.
Fighting that way, you pretty much giving Pitbull 4 rounds extra.
Mm-hmm.
But fighting him the boxing way, you took 4 rounds from this nigga automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know this motherfucker don't want nobody running and moving in boxing. But yeah, like so. Yeah, I'm picking Rayo, man, by decision. This is a fight where I like both fighters. I ain't really rooting for nobody. Like, I just want to see a good fucking fight. But gun to my head, Rayo, Glock switch to my head, angry. Because my heart do want to see this nigga like really get it together and give us a great win. And Rayo already gave us like 2 great wins. Right. So I like this. I want to see the universe balance itself out a little bit. Like my heart going out for Russell. You know what I mean? Because I want to see niggas rebound from losing his father and shit. So I really do. And I feel like he was going in a little downward trajectory where he wasn't putting the effort in his fights. A nigga like him can't fight going through the motions because he'll just get outboxed or just outworked. So a guy like him always has to fight with effort.
Mm-hmm.
And when he does it, when you take away effort from guys like Frazier, Tyson, Gary Russell, and this nigga, like you're already putting them at a B level. You kind of nerfing them, so like, and I think it's better for the division if Russell wins.
Yeah.
Whereas if Rayo wins, that's still good, independent on how he wins. But he really could say he could really call for a Tank fight. But I know niggas gonna be like, God damn, it's another fucking PBC in-house fight.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. But it would be a good fucking fight though.
But I'm hearing that Tank wants to drag him back down to 135. That's kind of whack. I've been hearing that. The Tank don't want to go back to 140. So that's kind of whack if Tank don't go up to fight him. I feel like.
I mean, I
wouldn't want to see the fight if it's not at 140.
I mean, I'm already on record. If Rayo wins this one, he needs to fight Hirooka. Like he needs to fight him.
He don't want that black and East problem. That's too much.
Yeah, he doesn't. Like he would get KO'd by him for sure. So that's why it's like but that's the fight I want to see because I actually want him to.
I mean, damn, he fighting y'all black soul brothers right now with this nigga. Like, damn, he gotta fight all the black people. Shit.
No, he got to fight the Afrocentric Asian man, half amazing.
It's like he fighting all the niggas. Now he fighting street niggas, dark niggas. He trying to get a light skinned nigga payday. Now he got to fight the Asian Blasian nigga. Like, come on. Rayo don't discriminate. He fighting Mexicans. He ain't discriminate. I give him that.
He's like anybody can get it. African.
Yeah. So the Broner shit gotta live on. So I give him that. But
I mean, hey man, this is 140, bro. Like ain't no.
I feel like this is the real main event though. Like
this is more. I mean, because that fight, it'll be interesting until it's not, right?
Because it could go so many ways. It could be a fight where it could be like Madrimov Ortiz, where it's like it's kind of like a chess match pace. Until
it could be a fucking war. I mean, it could be a crazy war. Niggas getting dropped.
It could be a crazy fucking war too, like you said.
Or it could be
a high speed chess too. Or like Beterbiev Bivol.
Or it could be like a Sandor Puello part 2. You know what I'm saying? Like a boring chess match.
Oh God, bro, no, like stop.
I mean, like I said, it's definitely more of a main event than the actual main event, and the odds kind of reflect that, of course, with Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. And like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna go into. I mean, I don't like the fight for a lot of different reasons, and it should not be a main event at all.
Unless you're the face of boxing, it's easily a main event.
I know. I know. Pat didn't like the Hector Garcia, and me and LB. I'm not with this Roach fight, even though I think it'll be interesting until it's not. Whatever. I'm over the whole Tank willing to be great.
I mean, I give Roach. He's a champion and everything like that. But Roach being in this position kind of negates a lot of the arguments about who Tank should be facing and whatnot that I keep on hearing. Because, like I said, Roach.
But I don't think everybody holds we don't hold, or y'all don't hold everybody else to the same standard though.
But it's like if you want to talk about draws, you can't. Roach is not a draw. He's not a bigger draw than Shakur. He's not a bigger draw than Zepeda. He's not a draw like that. He's not a draw at all. So when you see him getting a shot like this, it's gonna be like, what the fuck? So
but then it's like, who is Shakur fighting that's better than Lamont Roach? He just fought fucking goddamn electrician, nigga.
But the thing is, though,
and in place of a fucking prospect.
But the funny thing is, Shakur has far better wins. Like when people said Lamont Roach, it's like the guy that
Oscar Valdez. Like how long ago was that?
Shakur doesn't have far better wins than Tank, and I've been up to Tank.
Yeah, like stop this. Like that's becoming a myth now.
Well, no, I said Shakur has better wins than Roach. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, than Roach, but it's like we're not comparing Roach to Shakur. Like we're comparing Roach to Shakur's opponents.
Well, I'm comparing as a draw. Like I mean, if you want to say he's a draw, like I see.
Now we know Shakur is a draw. Like him and Tank is a potential fight, but it's not like Shakur not really doing nothing to get the fight. Although it's an automatic fight, but he's not putting any extras on it. Roach is just Roach.
Roach is Tank's homeboy from back in the day, coming up, and Tank's like, hey, pro boxing and PBC are kind of laying in bed, you know what I'm saying? So, well, let's make this fight. Let's get paid on both our ends, you know what I'm saying?
He always fights it's the whole Floyd tactic where you fight dudes coming off of big wins and momentum, and
he does that, yeah.
And a lot of times when you do that, these niggas keep that momentum because they get rewarded and they keep going. And you see a lot of Tank's previous opponents, they end up being champions or having big fights and main event. So it's like,
and some of them need asterisks, like a Rolly needs an asterisk for sure. Like
I feel you.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. These are all facts, though.
But I mean, I thought Keyshawn,
what are these niggas going? Like, Padley might be the only nigga that got Mosin that Shakur done fought.
But I saw Keyshawn have an interview after he won and got the knockout shots out. Keyshawn.
Yeah, no, Keyshawn. I mean, everyone.
Keyshawn is a thing, but it's a thing.
But Keyshawn mentioned he wants to fight Pitbull Cruz, which everybody clowns. So it's like he wants to fight.
Because it's like, bro, like niggas don't know when to play the villain and when to just run their fucking mouth. Like Keyshawn need to be just all mouth, like all lip, like pause, like just nothing but fucking Tank, like Tank. Yeah. If he was like that after the Bermanchik KO, that'd be the only thing people talking about. Is like, yo, Keyshawn Davis and fucking Tank Davis versus, like, we had didn't we have a Benavidez or Benavidez? We had some crazy, like, it'd be Davis versus Davis now, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like that would be the fucking fight. Like that fight would have to happen this year. But these guys do not know how to fucking put the goddamn put the lighter fluid on the fire, nigga. Like, they run their mouth when niggas got to fight. When it's time post fight, they don't do nothing. Like, so, but anyways, I get it. Like me personally, like this fight is a step down from Frank Martin. But
absolutely,
it's not a. But I wouldn't say it's a bad fight. Consider the circumstance. Everyone else got certain fights. He did try to make Lomachenko fight.
I don't think Tate's gonna knock him out early. I think it's gonna be competitive for as long as it lasts. I mean, you never know. Maybe Roach can go the distance. I don't know.
This probably be like 9 rounds.
Maybe Roach can go to the cards. Who knows? I mean,
like I said, it's like I said, it's just not the. I mean, it's just not the right fight for this.
No, it's not appealing at all because Roach hasn't really done nothing crazy good. Like I know he got momentum and everything, but most niggas see him as the guy Heron got a win off of.
And a wide win on top of that. It wasn't a close fight. He
dropped and beat Hector Luis Garcia for a title, then got a couple stoppages on Pro Box, right, or something like that.
But yeah, that's the thing though, because the biggest thing with Tank is usually when Tank does these type of fights, someone has their zero, and the fact that he doesn't have his zero,
or they're coming off a real big moment or something like win, like Like something everybody saw type shit.
Yeah, like we watched because his last fight was on Pro Box and we watched it against the Irish kid. So it's like it was there, but it wasn't, and it was the fact that it was actually in his city, but it wasn't what you call a big
He
win.
stopped him, right? Didn't he
Yeah.
stop him? He stopped
Yeah,
that
he
kid,
stopped
right?
him. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
But that's not no big
No, that's not major. It's
mainstream
not
win where
major.
you're like, okay, like, yeah, this nigga deserves a big fight. Like,
It just don't make sense to me how this fight's not in DC when both these niggas are from the DMV, right? It's just kind of weird that they just made sure the fight was not in the area they're from.
that's the one thing I don't like that PBC does sometimes. Like the random select mode with the matchups. Like, yeah, like both two niggas from Ohio, yeah, Vegas, two niggas from Baltimore, New York, like
Minnesota, two niggas from New York, go to Minnesota.
yeah, two niggas from New York, Minnesota, two niggas from Jersey, Texas, like
Yeah,
oh my god, like build up your regional stars, bro.
no, I mean the odds for this fight are probably what they're expected. Like in straight money line, Tank is a minus 1,800 favor. Roach is a plus 920 underdog. Method of victory: Tank points decision plus 430. Which I mean that there might be some value in that. A Tank KO is a minus 420. The draw is plus 2,400. Roach points decision is plus 1,800 if you want to live dangerously, and a Roach KO is plus 1,300. I actually thought it would be more than that. Like to be honest, like I don't think because Roach has 10 KOs, so the fact that that's more of a odd than the points decision him winning by is actually crazy to me. But
Some niggas just having fun at this point.
yeah, they were seriously, nigga. Like they were probably just having fun. Like that shit should be that shit should be flipped. But hey, like it's I guess it's maybe they're like what, maybe we'll just throw it there, just give people a chance. But I mean honestly, I'm looking at Tank knocking dude out probably by like 6 or 7. I'll go with 7.
5.
Yeah.
9.
Pilot, you said he's gonna go the distance.
Nah, that's just wishful thinking. I'll say Tank and 6.
Just wishful thinking.
Damn.
Yeah,
like put the blunt down when you get serious.
I mean, like I said, pretty much. Although there are some people that obviously that do believe that Roach will do better than expected. There's a possibility, but honestly, I think everyone is pretty much think Tank is going to gun for the KO on this one. That's what everyone expects. But I think I guess as long as it's entertaining enough, that's then that's okay.
I think we might see something different, man. Roach need to just press Tank and just push him backwards, like fight this nigga like he's like Lamont Peterson or something.
No, I feel like low key. Cause Roach has they came up together in the amateurs. They fought each other, right? Same area growing up. I mean, maybe Roach does the not unthinkable. Maybe Roach can go the distance and make it. I mean, I think the
Because Roach might not look at that nigga like he's special like that too. Like it's different like that. That's the thing. Like we've seen this before with boxers who like same hometown and they're like rivals or whatever, fought before earlier. Like sometimes they might not be in awe of like certain niggas that like the rest of the country or the world is in because they see them a little differently.
Yeah,
kind of like a Roy Jones Tarver deal.
They knew before the pause. They knew before they knew. Who
yeah, then they seen it like, then they're like, yeah, I ain't really impressed by this nigga. Like, yeah, he's quick, but nigga, like I'd be timing that nigga. Like, fuck that. Like, they look at it like that. We're like, damn, like, this nigga Tank, uppercuts, this motherfucker raw as hell. Like, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's how Tarver was sounding with fucking Roy Jones.
Right.
Like, fuck his goddamn.
I mean, it should be interesting until it isn't, right? I mean, I think it'll be intriguing. But it's how most Tank fights go. Even though the Frank Martin fight, Tank kind of took over a little earlier than usual. But I just feel like most Tank fights make.
But he kind of lost like the clear first 3 rounds or so.
After 3 or 4, it was all Tank. It felt like Tank was just kind of just bullying him.
Because niggas can't like Tank puts this type of pressure on you where it's like if you're not mentally strong or have like a strong autopilot, you're gonna kind of fold. And Frank Martin kind of folded. Like he couldn't keep up what he was doing. Because his game plan wasn't bad. But you gotta be able to keep that shit up. Yeah, it just wasn't enough. Like, because that's the thing. You gotta, if something's working, like you gotta keep doing it.
But the whole like, oh, why you backing him? I was like, Tank's making him back up. He doesn't want to back up into the ropes. Like like it's not like he wants to do that.
But that's the thing. It's like you gotta have the instinctive skills. You gotta have it, muscle memory, all that shit in you. Where soon as you back up, soon as you touch the ropes, you turn. This is like shit that you do. Like if it's in you, it's in you. You automatically like Tank would have to be jumping or do some crazy different shit, like or switch it up to make him to catch Frank Martin spinning off the ropes type shit.
Facts.
But these niggas don't have these little nuances, these little craftiness, these little shit, those little things like that where Tank has to do any special. Like he just kind of just mentally wear you down. He kind of starts capitalizing on your mistakes. He stays in range so you don't feel comfortable. And then, you know what I'm learning too, Pat? Yo, real shit. Fuck this. And I'll wrap it up, bro. I'm learning like a lot of niggas don't really have discipline to like just jab. And work the jab in like 1-2 simple shit. Like,
no, like I mean, we've been saying that though. Like seriously, like it's just like it's a problem. Like people just, I don't know why people don't want to jab. I remember
because they get bored, bro. Like,
the funny thing too, I listened to something from Larry Holmes. And it's like, yeah, today's fighter is like they just don't understand the points of a jab, and it's just like Larry was just like what was breaking down how the jab could work in a fight, and I'm just like, damn, even an OG legend himself is like, yeah. Then it's just not jabbing out there. It's like no one wants to jab anymore. It's just like is it that tedious to just to put a jab in
I'm gonna be honest, dude, bro. I told you I'm at like crunch right now. Niggas will be seeing the videos on the shorts and the stories. So I'm always teaching and training motherfuckers. But you know, I do see motherfuckers come in there and be hitting the bag and shit. And most times, like most people, this is how niggas be lazy too. Like a lot of niggas, they just go for those damn skinny kickboxing bags.
Yeah, the bullshit ass bags. I'm
the
sorry.
Bullshit, thank you. Like I need to clip this because motherfuckers think I'm just hating when I call them bullshit ass bags. Yeah. Like if you're not kicking, you don't need to be on those fucking bags.
Facts.
Like. Practice kicks on those bags, but if you're punching those bags, like you a hoe.
Facts.
But niggas love running to those fucking bags. And on top of that, I see most niggas, they only practice hooks. I see niggas do maybe a 1-2 hook, 1-2-3 hook, 1-2-3 hook, or a jab overhead. Like niggas, like, bro, like, if you would be drunk if you had a drinking game and you took a shot for every time these niggas threw hooks, you'd be lit, nigga. You'd be like pilot lit, nigga. Like you'd be fucking gone. But bro, if you fucking had a drink or took a pull for every time a nigga threw a jab, you would go through withdrawals.
Facts.
That's how sparse it is. So I'm seeing it like at a base level, and it's all the way up to the fucking pros, to the champions. Nobody likes fucking dude. You like I don't think I've seen a nigga even throw a double jab yet. Niggas are literally just throw a jab, one jab, and then everything else hooks. Feel like I'm Nate Dogg and that motherfucker. I see so many goddamn hooks. But yeah, man, like that shit just don't happen like that. So man, like motherfuckers ain't really controlling the fucking fight like they should, nigga. Like, so they get fucking, they can't fucking keep jabbing and kind of keep themselves in the fight because they get tired of jab. They don't even have the muscle memory to fucking jab more than 4 or 5 rounds.
That's a goddamn shame.
It's a shame, but it's you see it though.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as Frank Martin couldn't keep distance with Tank and couldn't keep the jab going, you see it was over.
Yeah.
So a lot of that, man, like Tank knows that, he sees that. Like his ring IQ is very high. Like he sees that shit. Like that's what it make Shakur fight seem interesting, because Shakur seemed like he's somebody that you can't just not make him want to box. Like he's gonna fucking box.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a master at distance. So yeah, but fucking, I feel like if Roach has the right game plan and the familiarity, breed contempt, you know what to do, he'll take a little while to figure out, or he'll try harder than most people do, and get him out of there in 9 rounds.
I mean, if Roach left the difference, obviously that would just be like a moral victory or whatever, and and of course, boxing Twitter will be aflame with a whole bunch of posts and comments about Tank.
It matters how the fight looks and plays out. If he looked like he really just survived it, or Tank can't finish him off, pause, that's one thing. But if he really fights it and like we need to see another Mario Barrios type of performance, like where a nigga really go at Tank, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all motherfuckers got to stop all this goddamn boxing ass shit, like, cause y'all niggas ain't good at that.
Right.
Or y'all can't do it a whole fucking fight. I give Barrios credit. At least he was throwing 1, 2, 3s and 1, 2s, like from the beginning to the end. Like,
mm-hmm.
like these niggas, they get tired. 4th round, it's like, fuck it. Like, nah, pressure too much. I can't do this jab to set up my combos and push this nigga backward. Yeah, you had niggas, Tank worried. Yeah, Floyd, where you ain't get this energy out of Tank since. So yeah, bring that energy back, man. So yeah, like sometimes that shit, because sometimes that comes from the wildest of places. Like I don't think too many people thought Barrios would do that to Tank. Oh, although I gave him a chance though. But yeah, Roach need to do something different. Like push this nigga back, Lamont Peterson, this nigga, and see where it gets you.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, I mean, obviously, so surprisingly, because I was looking forward to either probably watching it at Dave and Buster's or anything like that. But so far, I'm looking at the website that usually tells me if it is, and so far I haven't seen it on there. But like I said, it's Monday or Tuesday now, so I'm curious to see. Hopefully, that maybe that they're actually showing it. They'll probably put it on there later this week. Else, I'm probably just go ahead and be like, okay, let me give them a call and see if they're airing that, because the closest place near me is in fucking Mohegan Sun Casino. I'm not driving there to go watch that fight. That's like 70 miles. So yeah, though. So I'm just curious to see, because I'm like, damn, I thought all PBC fights are kind of in Dave and Buster's, but I guess we'll see how that goes.
You might have to try try Hooters or some shit, or whatever other sports bars shit. I can't think of that else.
Nigga, I think I have not been to Hooters for
not a Hooters. What's the fucking
No, Hooters. I mean, they show boxing.
Twin Peaks or some shit, like niggas be telling me.
Like there's a Jake's and Joe's, but
Hooters is supposed to be like in bankruptcy and shit.
I think I did see something about them niggas go. Maybe that's why they was on my mind. But
I mean, right now
I did see something they talking about they going bankrupt.
I mean, right now they're still open. Let me just see where's the closest Hooters near me, man. I'm very curious where this is. So the one is in Saugus, and that is, I think that's like 30 something minutes for me. Let me see, because yeah, if I have to go, yeah, it's 37 minutes. So, I mean, I can do that. That's not, and I know where that is because it's near one of my near one of my local watering holes.
I'm gonna be pulling double duty again this weekend. So I mean, I got the tank fight, and then I got WWE Elimination Chamber. So double
And
duty.
surprisingly, WWE is actually getting shown at the Dave and Buster's where I went to. So I'm like,
yeah, they always show up there. So
they took it over Tank.
No, but no, I think the Elimination Chamber is going to be like starting before the tank card, so they really won't like intertwine that much. But like there'll be times where they're, like strangers in the night, just in the slave ships in the passing night.
I watched too. There'll be some overlap, but yeah, it'll work itself.
If it overlapped through the Rayo fight, they wilding.
Yeah.
And if y'all hoes up there watching that shit while instead of paying attention to who getting outboxed, then y'all wilding.
I mean, I was watching both yesterday, and I what that last time, and I was able to do it. I mean, but I clearly I could focus in on the boxing and do it both, but it was just the wrestling was right there. It was Royal Rumble, bro.
Your eyes are more seasoned than these youngins, man.
Well, I mean, I'm used to watching things on multiple screens, though. So that's
it fucked up Ezra's whole scoring because the first 3 rounds of a fight, he was too busy with the Rumble that he wasn't correctly watching, and it fucked up his scoring. He went back and he was like, "Oh yeah, never mind. I must have been watching the Rumble at that time."
Like, damn. Y'all niggas out here, damn, selling out boxing for some fucking scripted shit.
But yo, just before we go, just a mention, if you actually do want to watch other boxing that's coming on this weekend, Subriel Matias and Gabriel Valenzuela fight on Saturday. They on the Zone on a Salida Promotions card. That is if you want an alternative, to watch. I mean, if it's just for Matias, which it is a legit good fight, but they should have had this.
No, I mean, Valenzuela's a good fighter too. Carlos Valenzuela's a good fighter too.
Yeah, it should have been on a Friday like the other fight where it had Rocky Hernandez and Renee Taylor.
This is the second time in a row. Literally, Matias is fighting on a tank date. That's fucking Matias gotta hate that nigga one now.
Yeah,
they must be doing that shit on purpose because ain't no fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
Like twice in a row, like.
Yeah,
y'all get it together, nigga.
That's
So yeah, I mean, just those 2 individual fights, though. Like, like I said, they're there. I mean, at least that one's on Friday. So yeah, if you're looking for something, Rocky.
And there's also that the UK welterweights, Patty Donovan. That should be decent. That's a good fight, low key.
Yeah, that's right. UK has so many goddamn cards. But yeah, that's just that's another, that'll be the Saturday if you actually want to watch that shit before the tank.
That'll be the morning shit. That'll be the same time we watch that turkey shit. It's not as long.
Oh, it is long. It's just not.
God damn.
But yeah, no.
Wealth TV cards.
But yeah, no, I think that's pretty much about it for now. For now, I mean, we'll be back on Thursday. I know we got maybe a music review that we're doing. And see what else that needs to be reviewed. If not, there's plenty of shit to rant about. Because believe me, I got some shit to rant about if that's the case. But yeah, so yeah, for myself, Pat Scorpio, New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God the Go artist, for King P, for Conscious Pilot, and then for I guess Matt, who I guess unfortunately was a busy man and all that, but it's all good.
He must have fell asleep. I'll hit him up because he's been busy with a lot of shit. That motherfucker needs to get some sleep here.
Yeah, I know because like I said, brunch boxing. Like I see them like they're everywhere. Like I see them like they're what they do. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? We'll probably bring him back another time. Maybe bring him back after for the take recap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk. Where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.